All right. You back?
Am I? I don't know. I
Yes,
honestly
you
don't
are.
even.
You are.
I'm so. Oh man, I hate
That's
technology. So that all happened because I had too many things downloaded onto my computer. I got rid of those things, and immediately everything just starts to vroom, vroom, vroom. We're all good. Fucking
yeah.
frustrating. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Hello, Sir Dinesh.
Yo, what's up, Sir Dinesh? How are you? How's your Friday, man? All right. We should get into some ball. We talked some different training camp news. I don't think there was any other big oh, we're good, man.
Doing
Hey,
good, brother. Doing good.
I just said,
Hey,
how's your Friday? It's
appreciate you,
fucking
Sir Dinesh.
Saturday.
Appreciate you. Yeah,
Thanks, Sir
dog. You're
Dinesh.
what is today? Yeah, today is Saturday. It's because we were supposed to stream on Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all right. We're good.
What's your question, man?
Go ahead, man. We're all ears, or I guess all eyes in this case. But
I'm also head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
hit us with the question, Sir Dinesh. We got you.
Okay.
Or is it like the long eye, like Sir Dinesh? It's got to be Sir Dinesh, right?
I think it's you're supposed to pronounce it like one word, like Sir Dinesh. Maybe it's like sardine-ish.
No, can't be that.
No? Okay. Sir Dinesh, what's the question, man?
Hit us up. Or if we've already
Answered it with
this.
that. If we answered it with that already, then hey, we're pretty good. JSN and Tet. I'm doing that. I think that's tough, man. Is it full PPR? That really matters for this, I think. Because the volume on the JSN Tet side, you're getting like 20 catches between those two every week, right? Like, and they say they're going to do that with HN, but there's no way week 10 comes around and that dude has some bruises on him that they're going to keep riding his ass. There's no way. The coach is just saying that to pad.
I don't know. No. They're a bad team. I don't know where you're getting your information from. Here's the thing. When bad teams have running backs like this, and we saw it with Minnesota and Adrian Peterson,
yeah,
they give them the volume. They have chances to make history. There's an extra game. Now they could break the single season rushing record if you feed them carries. There's real reasons to give a guy like Achane the ball. There is.
Let's get back in the weeds first. Let me get your answer to the question first, Goose. Let me just get your answer to the question first before we dig into that. The why.
Troy likes his stacks. I don't know. For this,
I like mine for best ball. It's completely different consideration.
I just like JSN overall. Like I think he's the best player out of the four being named here. I think Achane has the highest ceiling, but I think JSN is going to give you the best production all season long.
So
yeah, man, absolutely. Anytime you want, man. We'll be here as often as we can, maybe twice, 3 times a month. We'll try to be on.
Yeah, I'm
anytime you feel free.
I'm living that corporate life a lot, but Goo will sometimes solo stream, so always reach out,
I'll do my best. Yeah.
All right. Let me answer my side of this. Okay, so full PPR. Here's my thoughts. Between all 4 of those players, the ceiling belongs to HN. The absolute ceiling is HN for sure. I don't think JSN's best
they
season.
Do what they say they're going to do. He's going to break the single season rushing record and then give you about anywhere between 5 to 1,000 receiving too. Just for shits and giggles, basically. Like they won't be playing competitive football, but they will be out there competing.
We're talking nothing short of Christian McCaffrey numbers, except that it's going to be like 90% of it because of the offensive efficiency isn't going to favor what the 49ers behind McCaffrey would do.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
Fair, but it's fair. And then the other half is that you got Malik Willis back there. How many times is he going to keep that in the goal line area instead of handing it off or passing it short?
I kind of like what I'm seeing from Malik Willis. It looks pretty good.
Training camp reports have been very favorable, very, very favorable for the Dolphins offense. Everybody's basically saying this is going to be a serviceable offense to good, but the defense is going to be fucking horrendous. So I'm excited. That's fantasy points magic right there, man.
Sounds familiar for us as Cowboy fans, man.
And then you got the head coach saying stuff like, he's telling HN, hey, I hope you're ready to work because I'm gonna give you every single touch, and I don't want you, and I never want you to be the guy that taps his head out, that subs himself out. So HN is geared up, at least on paper, for a workload. Now, my take on that, there's no fucking way this 180-pound running back who took almost 400 touches last year is going to survive another season like that back-to-back. And also, why the fuck are they going to do that to him? And it's in a year they have no chance of competing. This is a division with the Bills and the Patriots ahead of them. Keep in mind, these guys are not making the playoffs. So there's no reason they're going to ride HN late into the season. My official take on that then. So despite HN having the best ceiling, and I believe in AJ Brown too as a number one for the New England Patriots, but in a full PPR, give me the other side of this just for the season long. Now, the only reason I would take the HN AJB side is if I was playing the first half of the season bet with the specific objective to trade those players like 4 or 5 games into the season, because they're they're going to look fucking awesome. They're going to look like they're steals, like league winners. And I'm telling you, by week 10, 11 for both these guys at age 30, like AJ Brown and HN with as many touches, hell no, dude. I'm out season long.
I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree.
If injuries weren't a thing, give me HN, AJB. But because they are, give me the younger talent with JSN and Tet. That's my take.
I wholeheartedly believe that New England is just going to funnel targets to AJ Brown. I think that's going to truly
I'm with you.
I'm talking over 130 on the season targets. Like he's going to be fucking feasting. Like
130 targets is very conservative for what I think they're going to try to target him.
I said over
catches.
I said over.
Yeah. No, I think it's conservative. I think it's good. I think that's a good low floor.
That's why I dropped there.
Targets. I think that's receptions that we see this year, dude. I think that's receptions.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm giving a baseline for it. But there's reasons to keep him in, and there's no reason the Dolphins have to not feed a chain. There's not going to be a point in time in his career when the Dolphins are competitive enough to win games. They're just not going to be good enough. So now you look at that. Maybe they put him on display to trade him to a contender, a la Cowboys and Herschel Walker.
That would be awesome.
Why don't you let Devin Achane run crazy for a full season, and then move him at the end of the year to a team who thinks they're a running back away, and then run into the sunset with your new rebuilt team and go re-sign Jimmy Johnson because he'll be the guy to build it.
No, dude, I'm with you. I think I really wish they had just dealt.
This is all being said. Check this out. This latest comment. His team is Drake May, Jonathan Taylor, Achane, AJ Brown, Pickens, K9, and Fannin.
Who the hell are your league mates, dude? Let me in this league.
It's a 10-team league.
So let me in this league.
It's a 10-team league. This just happens in 10-team leagues. So the fact that you have Achane and Pickens, or Achane, and you have Pickens and K9.
Dude, he's got 5 first-rounders on this team.
Dude, I'm gonna trade this because I'm salivating at the fucking thought of JSN and Pickens.
Dude, you don't need to be asking us for advice. If we fucking traded for this, you're already owning the league, dude.
I'm salivating thinking about JSN and Pickens in the same receiver room. That's just
Dude, look at the running backs. He's got Taylor, HN, then fucking K9. This is crazy.
So it'll more than likely be Taylor and K9 as the starts now.
You have 900 touches. You have 1,000 touches at running back.
This is good stuff, man.
Okay, so
would.
yeah,
I would.
trading
But
context.
I would full team context. And I
Get
mean,
younger. Yeah,
I'm
get
not a big
younger.
fan of the stacks to begin with. I don't like them. Get rid of the stacks. I'm not. I mean, they work, but
Redraft is
um,
not as important. You don't need to worry about stacking redraft. You need
now you
consistency.
just
You need
have the best
predictability.
player you
The
can.
stacks are for best ball. Like don't take me out of context here. The stacks are for best ball
Hey
because
man,
in the
we were
world of all
playing weekly
possibilities,
lineups where you were trying to get stacks as a regular thing too, and I wasn't a fan of that either. I really thought we should have just been going for best player, best at every position.
I mean I agree, but where the stack comes in is in the world of all
Yeah,
possible outcomes,
yeah,
right?
that's probably what the team's going to work out. Ted would be the flex. K9 would take over as the RB2,
Absolute
and
start,
JSN and
JT, yeah,
Pickens would
K9.
be
Yeah.
wide receivers 1 and 2. Yeah, dude, I'm the receiver room alone has me straight up like I'm it's all derogatory terms in my brain for how excited I am about it, man. Damn. Like that's awesome.
You're
Yeah.
about to upgrade
Totally
a
big fan.
receiver too. He's about to get the number one receiver in the league last year. I don't think
Yeah.
he'll be the number one receiver this coming
And
year,
think about
but
it. If anything happens to CeeDee Lamb, and I mean anything happens to CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens is now
top
poised
3.
to be
Yeah.
that guy. So
Yeah, Fannin.
seems like the right move. I mean, you could maybe hold on to these two guys for a couple weeks to see if you could maybe get a slightly better return. But dude, JSN already is. I think that would be great.
Cool, man.
Oh, dude, thanks. Well, yeah, don't tell your league mates. You want to keep the edge. You want to keep the edge for sure. But yeah, absolutely. Tell your friends for sure, dude. That'd be great. We appreciate that.
So Dinesh, you just play redraft, or you do any other fantasy football stuff, including props, stuff like
Hell
that?
yeah. I mean,
hell yeah, gatekeeping.
Damn, I kind of want the views and the subs, but I respect it so goddamn much that I'm not mad at you at all. That's exactly what I would do. If I was still in the family league and I found dudes who just did this stuff, I wouldn't tell Troy about them at all. And that's why I'm skeptical of any of the pages that Troy does tell me about, because like, dude, you're just trying to get me to look dumb.
Those guys have a lot of those guys have a paywall, right? So you know that there's the gatekeeping mechanism there. Yeah.
They're gatekeeping behind me.
You know
we're not gonna do that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it's that how do I put it? Not influencers, but there are market moving takes in best ball. Like and it's driven from
us and Ryan Flournoy, dog.
Dude.
We moved.
I've got 40% of Flournoy, man, all in the 190 to 170 range. I still draft him. He goes at 165.
Dude, I don't care where his ADP is at. I'm trying to take him when I feel like it's the best for my team to take my wide receiver 7. I then take Ryan Flournoy. Like it's just where he's at. Like that's where I'm trying to get in on.
Yeah.
But dude, this Camden Brown situation's making me nervous.
Nah, I'm not. This is too early in the preseason to care about it. Plus, I've seen.
Did you not watch him today? Okay, so the first half of today's game, Camden Brown did Camden Brown things again. So it's kind of just like, man, we might be seeing just the greatest wide receiver room of all time.
It's gonna be pretty awesome, man. I'm excited for Dak. I unfortunately think our defense is going to be
now. Looks have straight dogs. The defense is going to be so exciting, dude. I'm so excited about the defense. And when I say exciting, when I mean literally just they're going to make a lot of plays, but they're also going to give up a lot of bullshit.
I feel like
so it'll be exciting to watch Cowboy games because they'll give you a lot of plays from both ends of the spectrum where they look fantastic and they just look like dog shit. And you're going to be like, what are we watching? And it's going to be great.
Yo, what's up, Jump?
Hey, Jumpman. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome.
Jumpman
we're
is our
on
number
as
one goal
often as
line.
we can, a few times a month. Dude, any questions you have, any help we can give you, we'd be glad to.
Dude, I was just wondering who I was going to throw my fade at the 5-yard line to, and then Jumpman wide
And
receiver
Jumpman
one
hopped
popped in
into
the chat.
to the stream, and we
And
need
now I know who I'm throwing my
now I
fade
know
to,
we're
man.
throwing a goal line fade. Jumpman.
Yeah,
we know we got.
we're calling the A gap dive to Sir Dinesh up the middle, and then we're throwing the fade to Jumpman wide receiver one.
Yeah, happening.
And I guess that makes us some weird two-headed conglomerate quarterback.
We're scoring. Yeah, we're conjoined twins at the quarterback position. That's how this works.
Do we get two separate numbers, do you think, or will they give us like a
well, I get my number
11, 1.
Like, well, we would have like obviously like an 11, but I would be 1 and you would be 1. And we would both have to be accountable for every penalty the other one does or does not commit.
Who's dominant?
We would then take credit for all of it too.
All right, we got an actual football question here.
I love Jonathan Taylor this year. I'm all in on the JT train.
Short answer,
I goes for a lot of the JT abbreviations. Jason Tatum, I'm in on him too.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, he's all right.
JT's
I like
cool.
Dick in the Box.
He's nice. Bye is a classic.
Yeah, I hate the group, but you got to respect the reach.
They did what they needed to do.
They did. They were meant
that's
for
all
the time.
To say, Sir Dinesh. We love JT. Well, at least I love JT this year. Jonathan Taylor is going to have a fantastic season for the Colts.
Not Justin Tucker. Not
I said, I personally would, man. Unless you think that they're going to explode in the first weeks and you can get better value, but I would accept that trade for sure.
What Goose said exactly. I think Achane and AJB are going to be like 2 top 5 assets the first half of the season. You can keep them and cook the value if you want. I just think that both are going to not finish the season well, given either age or the situation as in with Achane. Where are we going to go back? Oh, Jonathan Taylor. All right. Let me give you a deep dive here. Okay. So JT, fantasy player, the prospect, the fantasy football, running back we all know and love the last few years. Awesome player. He is the number 1 running back at consolidating volume in his backfield. That is to say, the backups do not touch the fucking football. That is Jonathan Taylor's spot, right? He's catching the passes. He's on the goal line.
You don't see any valuable
touch. No.
And there's one thing he doesn't do. He doesn't head tap.
Hell yeah, right? Provided he's healthy.
On the field.
Now, they just gave him an extension. The team believes in him. And as for backups, they have 2 very, very young players.
Dude, exactly. Nobody knows the backups, sir.
Except for me,
I'm sure we can actually find that.
DJ Giddens is a 3rd-string backup. He's out of Memphis. He was a good prospect last year. DJ Giddens has lost a lot of steam. He was a highly heralded prospect, but then kind of fell out of favor for this other dude out of the University of New Mexico, Seth McGowan. And I'm saying that in the University of New Mexico because that's in our backyard, right? Where Goo and I grew up. It's a few hours away, and nobody's from fucking New Mexico, so that's why I'm pumped, man. Okay, so Seth McGowan. Now this guy is a smooth runner. He's powerful and he's
an
old.
Actual homegrown player in the NFL, though, like
Aaron Jones. Yeah, for sure.
And we had Alvin there for a little while too, and Will Hernandez, who I don't really like, but he's there, and I got to give him his credit.
I gave
him an Uber ride home one time. I didn't like him at all.
Did he tip well?
No.
It
was him and like two other 350-pound dudes who killed the suspension on my Sentra. And,
we're from El Paso, Texas, by the way. That's what all these players have in common. Will Hernandez, Aaron Jones.
Will Hernandez was leading a Whataburger. I mean, he was a nice enough guy. He was just kind of like, he saw me wearing a Cowboys jersey while he was playing for the Giants, and he was kind of a dick about it.
He's in El Paso. There's nothing but Cowboys jerseys.
That was where my mindset was at. It's like, bro, I'm also giving you a ride home. Like, I could just leave you here. I don't need to take you in my car. You know that, right? And now that I know that you're rich and you're tipping me $3 to take you all the way up the mountain, I do hate you a little bit. But
it's fucking crazy because he made 15 mil or something. I don't know.
I don't pocket watch other men, but yeah, it did make me upset that I took him and I carried a 1,200 pounds in my car of combined man, and and I got $3 tip on it, or like it was like a $5 tip. I am being exaggerating on the low ball, but
Yeah,
it wasn't a fun situation.
it's less than
He was-
$1 per
He
100
was like
pounds.
mean about it too. He was like, "Oh, but you're a Cowboys fan. You guys have next year, right?" And I was like, "I don't know. We'll see, dude. I don't think they moved the needle that much in the offseason. Like, I don't think we're gonna win the bowl this year." And he was like, "Oh, but next year though." And I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you
You're
trying to
starting
get me
to,
to?"
yeah.
Yes, I was like, "Why are you trying to get me to be an obnoxious Cowboy fan? I'm trying to give you your credit." Like, and his buddies were like, "Well, what about the Giants?" And I was like, "Dude, they made some solid moves this offseason, man. Like, I was giving them credit."
Yeah.
And then he was just being mean. I don't know.
Sad panda. Okay,
Also, he
let
did
me
play for the
finish the
Giants, so
Jonathan
fuck him
Taylor.
on
Let me
first.
finish the Jonathan Taylor rant here real quick.
Yeah, get in there.
Seth
Get in there,
McGowan, I think, is going to be a competent backup despite him being a rookie. He's like 25 or 26. He's an older rookie because he bounced around so many schools and redshirted all across the country. But he progressed across his college career, and the coaches trust him now, I think, as the backup. So if you need a handcuff Jonathan Taylor, that's who the unknown dude is. But
It's also not a bad idea.
who the fuck knows who he is, right? Exactly. So Jonathan Taylor's going to consolidate again another 80% of this backfield. Don't have to worry about that. And the passing, like the receiver game, they signed Keenan Allen. They still have Josh Downs, and they got rid of Pittman. And then Alec Pierce is like quasi-injury prone. What does that mean? Within the 10-yard line, this is Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren. That's where we're going for full fantasy points. Dan, so what else do we need to know here? Overall systemic concern. Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator and coach, this is going to be a great fucking offense because he succeeds everywhere. Last year, we saw the Colts. They were like a top 3 offense, top 5 offense until Daniel Jones got hurt with that Achilles injury. And then how is Daniel Jones's Achilles injury progressing? He's on track for week 1. He's got to play the full season, probably 80 to 90% of what he was. What's up, Mr. Robinson?
Mr. Robinson.
Are you trying to... I'm not going to finish
Mr.
that
Robinson. You know what it is.
Cuckoo, ka-choo,
Welcome to
Mr.
the stream,
Robinson.
Mr. Robinson. We appreciate you.
Jesus
Bro.
loves you more than you can
Anytime
know.
you have any questions,
Whoa,
fantasy
whoa,
advice,
whoa.
or anything we can help you out with, man, let us
Whoa,
know.
whoa,
We'd
whoa.
be more than happy to help.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor, very high on. Here's the problem. Here's the one thing about his profile that you got to have some red lights around. 300 plus touches in like 4 straight fucking years. That is a recipe for the wheels are going to fall off, and
Yeah,
they're going to
so
fall
that's-
off hard when they
That
do,
was
man.
where my comment was about.
Yeah.
It's just not a bad idea to handcuff him.
Handcuff
it's just
him.
not.
Get that Seth
You
McGowan.
have stashes for sure.
Josh fucking Jacobs, smash in the 4th round, bro. Half PPR or full PPR, I don't care. If he falls past the 4th, take him. There's no suspension risk. He does have slight injury concerns in the preseason. This is a Packers offense. They're going to run the ball. They only have 3 weapons on offense, and one of them's Matthew Golden, and the other one's Jaden Reed. So I'd like the Colts. The ball ain't going nowhere but the back, and Christian Watson. Like, no suspension risk,
It
in my
looks like
opinion.
he's got minimal risk for suspension.
So-
I was very, very worried about it though, because when he got arrested, the severity of those charges were pretty. They were pretty alarming. When you start to see stuff like that, like the end, especially when you take into account how the NFL treats this, where they witch hunt some players and they kind of let some other players just slide. You don't really know where these guys are going to come out on that end of the spectrum. Is he going to be a Zeke where they try to go after him for everything? Or is he going to be a Tom Brady where they let him get away with anything?
Yeah. So this is a topic we covered at length when the charges first came up. Okay. So here's something we have to, just like I brought it back then. Normally an arrest means they have evidence and you are being charged.
No, right. But that actually had nothing to do with what was going on in my assessment of the situation. The NFL just knee jerks this sometimes.
Well, let me explain the context. Let me explain why.
So hard.
Sure,
It's
the NFL.
the NFL that I was thinking about, not.
But here's why your league mates feel like he's there's a suspension risk. It's because normally when you're arrested, there's fucking charges for it. There's evidence for it. Like, hey, you're under arrest.
No, you're just getting arrested
case.
because
there's some cause for it, okay? But it's because in Wisconsin, where he is, if there's any reported domestic violence, you're instantly charged and brought in. So there's no questions asked. You're just brought in to defuse a situation or whatever. Okay, so Josh Jacobs, once they released him, he was never brought back. Meaning the evidence out there, maybe they paid for it to be suppressed, but it's not coming out, right? And so pending any further evidence coming out, like short of any evidence coming out in the future, he's not getting suspended. And I don't think the NFL is going to press. Plain and simple. Now
it looks pretty unlikely that he's going to, but that's where all my hesitancy did come from, was because the NFL does knee-jerk reaction this quite often, and we saw it firsthand with Zeke when he didn't really do anything wrong.
Yep.
Like what he did was immoral, but it was not illegal or wrong in really any way. Like you probably should get suspended, but not 6 games. But so that's where my mind was at. The NFL does do this bit where every once in a while, we saw it with Josh Gordon too, but we're seeing a lot of players around that same
weed
time.
Is the one line they won't cross. Weed is the one line they won't cross. The NFL.
Well, but there were a lot of players at that same time who were smoking weed still too, who were just kind of getting away with it and flying under the radar. Maybe they just knew how to pass the test better.
You want to talk about what they're allowing now? We have 8 players coming back from some serious ass injuries by week 1. How are they not allowing some degree of steroids or peptides use? They're not testing for it or something, man. Like that's my conspiracy theory.
Troy, I have minimal resources, and I was back from a torn Achilles in 8 months. Like minimal resources. I have literally my own genetics, what I can afford. It's nothing. And I came back from a torn Achilles, which was a death sentence from a lot of doctors in 8 months. These dudes have a lot more resources than I have. Plus, there are a lot of people invested in their body. They've got everything at
Chinese peptides. That's all I'm hearing. Chinese peptides, exactly.
They're just drinking milk like a normal fucking person.
It's the Badger milk
and doing their stretches the way you're supposed to, and they're recovering.
Mr. Robinson, James Pierce.
So that's what I'm saying. With the Josh Jacobs situation, I was only worried about the knee-jerk reaction from the NFL. Because the NFL did not knee-jerk, I'm chilled out on it. Now it's just kind of a wait for whatever it is.
If anything with Jacobs, the only thing I'm worried about is that he's an older running back. I think he's like 28 now. Same story with Jonathan Taylor, 300 touches the past few years. And he's actually missed practice already this preseason because of a groin strain. And groin injuries do not go away.
The groin ones are the bad ones.
The hamstring, if you see a hamstring or you see a groin, you know it's just going to be there throughout the season, or turf toe. Those are the ones that fucking linger the entire season.
Yeah. It's either the whole season or they take 2 months off.
The other thing with Jacobs is that they have a backup who the Packers coaching staff has been excited every single year except for this one, because he's gotten hurt, career season ending injuries every year prior to this one. This is the first time Marshawn Lloyd has made it through a training camp completely healthy, that he can fully say that's the first time in his career. Yes.
A training camp?
A training camp, bro. This guy is one of the most explosive athletes, a phenomenal prospect. This is Marshawn Lloyd.
What it looks like now.
Now he's Jacob's backup. I fully, if he's healthy, I fully expect him to snake some touches from Jacobs just out of necessity. I think the Packers want to keep Jacobs healthy. They have an interest in getting someone else involved. But Lloyd, because he keeps getting hurt,
and the run game is big down the stretch, so they definitely want to keep Jacobs relatively fresh throughout the season. Don't expect that to impact the productivity though.
I think this would be a 60-40
need to win games,
split.
and
I think this would be
Josh Jacobs is going to be a big part of them winning games.
Look, so. Lloyd is 225 pounds, and he can catch, and he's faster than Jacobs. He's a monster athlete, dude. I'm saying this guy will take 60-40 touches. Jacobs will be the primary goal line back, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lloyd. This is more like Kyron and Corum than it is JT and DJ Giddens. So if Lloyd stays healthy, so that he will cut into the workload. But like Gu was saying, Josh Jacobs is still a blue chip. Like you can rely on a touchdown, you can rely on 15 touches and like 1 or 2 catches. Like you're still going to get points out of him in a half PPR. Still want him in the 4th, 5th round. So plus Lloyd's going to get hurt. We all know it. It's just a matter of time. Like he's going down.
Yeah, dude. Apparently the track record's there, and the best way to predict future behavior is by past behavior. So that dude's getting hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Do we have rankings to get to, or do we want to?
I mean, I've always got him out. You know what I mean? I've done this weeks ago. That being said, I do need to adjust a little bit. Obviously, the Jordan Tyson injury does shake up my receiver rankings alone.
If we don't want to, or if we're not ready to do a ranking show today, we can do it tomorrow. But we can just jump into a draft. My drafts are closing here. It's the end of August, so we're coming up on the fulfilling best ball mania. So we can enter in the $2 million contest there, or we can do the DraftKings one for $3 million. Either way.
Well, yeah. Why not? Let's hop into a draft.
All right,
let's do it. All right, guys. And then while we're doing this, for whoever's still with us, if you guys have any questions or comments to make, feel free to chime in, man. We do love the interaction for sure.
All right, getting it pulled up. Who is still with us, by the way? Is that you, Smooth C, or is it Sir Dinesh?
Perhaps Mr. Robinson.
I think Mr. Robinson came from YouTube with Sir Dinesh. I think our viewers from Twitch, which puts me to maybe Smooth C. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Oh, who could be texting me at this hour?
Your mother.
Code, you say?
It's your mother. Your mother's texting you.
Why would my mother send me an authorization code?
To authorize you to do something, obviously.
Oh, shit.
This fucking guy, dude.
God damn.
Who the fuck raised this guy, dude?
God.
Oh,
damn.
His mother did. Duh. The one who's texting him at 11 at night with authorization codes.
All right. Don't know what is happening.
I'm thinking I could just drop rankings as like quick shorts, and then we could take time throughout our stream to talk about the rankings that we have. So like if you want to shoot me your rankings whenever you get around to making them, I can release both of ours as like a 2 to 3 minute short, and then the next time we have a full stream we could expound on it.
That'll work. I think we got to wrap up that series.
Even like more short content. That's what. But it's also just more short content too.
It is. It's not liking me logging into multiple devices. I think.
Is it messing with you?
It says deposit method already in use, even though I'm not trying to deposit anything. So. Don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, maybe I can't find my location
on the app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might have to enable the permissions now because of the new setup.
Watching you. Yeah, third party cookies blocked. He wants my cookies.
Dude, I made these blueberry muffins today. Ooh,
Oh yeah, how'd the muffins come out? You were talking about that shit.
they came out fucking fire. So I was able to make 12 full ones, and then I had like eight muffins worth of batter left, and I just dumped them into like a cookie sheet, and I let it plop out however it came out. And Dad and I ate it like a cake.
Sounds good.
It was
It sounds
awesome.
really good. Was it like
It
warm
was,
and
it
how?
was
Yeah.
awesome. It was blueberry cake, man. It was amazing. Then the muffin batter recipe I got is pretty versatile, so I can use it for both savory muffins and sweet muffins, and just muffins.
Man, muffins.
Yeah, dude, muffins
Kittens.
hard.
So maybe I should
Definitely
try it
wanna
in
have
an
one.
incog.
What?
Trying to log in with an incognito window so that way it doesn't get caught up in whatever like browser cookies I have in there. Because I don't know why it would be saying deposit method already in use when I'm not trying to deposit anything. That tells me it's just like maybe trying to log me in somewhere else, and it's saying it's just like a general login complaint. I don't know, man. I do tech support already enough. I don't want to fucking figure it out right now either.
Well, support the tech, dumbass.
Son of a
Reassure it.
bitch. All right.
Reassure it that you're not going to get rid of it if it's a little slow. It needs.
You know
it
what?
needs that.
We are doing a best ball mania instead because DraftKings is not having a good time with me.
These dudes are being dumb. We're going to do something else.
Exactly. Exactamundo. They have the season long lines and the NFL week 1 lines up too. So I think placing a parlay or something would be pretty fun.
Yeah, I do. After we're done recording, I wanted to talk to you about doing some of that stuff. But yeah, after we're done recording. But that is absolutely something I want to get in on is because you were telling me there's a way to do it now without having to do parlays. You just do straight
prediction
straight
market,
over
right?
Yeah.
Prediction market's completely legal. These are no vig. These are Kalshi. They have different lines out there, right? So you're not
right, but
what
it's
you're
still
doing is
just straight up one over under. You're not having to tag on a 3-leg parlay. And that being
100%.
said, there's still going to be some things that you're still that sure on that you're going to want to parlay. But it'll be a more in-depth version of what I guess ESPN and NBC are already doing, giving you some over-unders before the game.
Yeah. So what these are is they are secured by either crypto contracts or smart contracts on the back end, meaning that you are not legally placing US dollar bets. As such, they get around the no sports book laws. They also let you trade, so you trade directly against other people instead of a sports book. So it's an open market, and that lets you play the market. So, for example, I've got a few MVP bets out there just based off strength of schedule in the first part of the season. I've got the Detroit Lions' very own Jared Goff as the NFL MVP. I put $50 down on that. It should pay out to $1,900 by odds if he actually won it. But the thing about that is the Lions' schedule is one of the easiest in the league. And Jared Goff,
it does look like it's the easy walk to MVP. I think it could be setting up for a Jahmyr Gibbs MVP season, though.
They're never going to give a running back the award, and Jared Goff's going to throw for like 40 touchdowns.
I think the NFL is about to throw us a curveball right now, and they're going to be like, let's go back to running. Like, let's be more of a running league. Because running backs are cheap right now. So if you value them high now, you get to capitalize on the cheaper players being the high value dudes. It's a business thing.
I'm with you in general that the NFL's trend is by far is to favor running backs. That's been the case for the last like 3 years. I just think that Jared Goff is such a secure passing asset. His defense has never been worse.
Based on how they're giving the MVP award, yeah.
And they only ever give the award to quarterbacks. And so all these things together, I'm saying like the Lions have the chance to be the number one offense. The other MVP, I have two other ones. Oh, sorry, three other ones. It's Dak Prescott for all the reasons we said before. I think it's just an obvious case for MVP if the Cowboys are like a 12-win
if
team.
they win 10 to 12 games, it seems like it's going to be a smash. That Dak will be a huge part of that.
So I've got a $99 bet on him, and all these are the same bet. It's that in the first half of the season, I think each of these teams are going to just crush. Hey, we're on the clock here. You got any problem with James Cook in our first round?
No.
Cool. I'm open to Kenneth Walker above him. I've had it that way all off season, but James Cook is solid and he goes sooner, so it's good to get him where you can.
I like James Cook better.
Oh, just straight up to Kenneth Walker this season?
Well, yeah, but that's like my personal like I have.
What are they like 10 points on the season difference or something like that?
Yeah, objectively, okay. I see them as essentially the same tier of running back. They're going to give you top end production at the back end of the first round, the start of the second round, wherever you find them at.
Back on the clock here, about 10 seconds. You want Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, Hampton, Henry?
Saquon.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot of Henry.
Walker?
It's because we got a lot of Henry and a lot of Walker. So
okay. Just
a little different. Yeah, we'll be a little different right now. Get some exposure to the – because, I mean, the Eagles aren't going to flop.
If you only had to take one team, if you were drafting one team this offseason, who would you have between those names?
Oh, shit, Derrick Henry. No, fuck, Saquon.
Shit.
It's between those two, though.
I think I got Walker there, and that's probably dumb. It's Henry, right? It's got to be Henry. Henry in reality,
Henry or Barkley. It's Henry or Barkley, and it's if you're not picking them, then I've got some questions for you. I want to pick your brain. I'm not going to try to disparage you, but I want to know where you're coming from.
I have pretty much everyone but Hampton there. Like I'm going heavy. Everyone but Hampton.
The only one I don't want is Hampton. Really, the only one I really, really don't want is Hampton.
You know, and that's that. Fuck, man.
It's just because you said I only have one team. Like I only get to pick one team. I don't get to have exposure to other people. Like
if you had 100, how would you distribute those percentages? Like who are you most confident in?
I would draft Hampton 3 times.
Out of 100?
If I had 100 teams, I would draft Hampton.
Would the other 3 guys just be evenly split then? And you think that they're all pretty much the same ceiling?
No, it would for sure be majority Saquon Barkley because I think he's got the highest ceiling.
50% Saquon out of that 100 teams?
Probably. And then something
22 and 22 for the other guys?
30 to 40% of Derrick Henry and then fill in the rest between the other guys just to get different.
Oh, that's weighted heavy. Yeah.
3 times I would draft Hampton. And that's just to say that I did it, you know? Yeah. I don't know why I did it 2 other times, but I did it the first time to say I did it, and maybe it just felt kind of good. I thought I'd try it again.
Mike McDaniels has already said publicly this is going to be a committee. It is going to be.
I'm not excited for the Chargers situation at all in any part of the offense. If it's not Justin Herbert, I don't want it.
They lost Tyler Biadasz, but they are actually so deep on the offensive line. It would take another set of injuries like they had last year.
Biadasz might have made them better. Tyler Biadasz was ass in Dallas, and I can't imagine he was any better in LA.
He's still highly rated, like Pro Football Focus wise.
Yeah, you know my opinion on Pro Football Focus.
Well, especially after their recent
advanced analytic bullshit pieces of shit.
Well, I
hate advanced analytics. I hate them. Watch the game.
I mean, that's not the same. That's not the same thing, but you can't bucket all. Like,
the problem is people use it as a substitute. Like instead of telling me how good a person looks on the field or how well he was able to hit the A gap or get the edge on the game, like or how well a defense was able to hold the edge on a game, they're telling me, oh, these dudes had 13 TFLs.
Back on the clock here, you got 2 running backs so far, no receivers. You want Javonte?
Or Buka, but
I prefer a receiver here.
T would be cool. We don't have a lot of T Higgins.
I'm fine with T. I like Waddle the best from these 4 names, but I'm fine with any of the top 3 receivers.
Waddle. Oh, did we miss him?
Yeah. If he doesn't go though, we can get we get either or.
Any of those dudes, I'm cool with any of those.
I also love Etienne, especially knowing Kamara's out now. At least the first week of the season, probably the first month.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he got injured.
Yeah,
so I'm fine to any of these top three in a half-point PPR. Any of these guys, it sounds good.
Hey, what if we draft Tet for our boy Dinesh?
Jesus Christ, no, he's the worst for these picks.
We get in on
5 seconds. Everybody but Tet.
Etienne, man, dude. Fuck.
Who? Etienne?
Hey, Buka, Waddle. I don't care.
We got Etienne.
Okay. So they're all fine.
Yeah. Dude, anybody but Ted here. Yeah, how could you Bryce Young throwing in the ball? I think he's going to take a step forward. But what are we talking about here?
I think they're going to be good this year. I don't know what your problem is with them.
One of the other bets I have is Panthers under 7 wins.
They're going to be a playoff team again because the NFC South is going to be. Well, they might not be a playoff team.
They're not beating the Saints this year.
At the end of the season,
they'll be competing.
The Saints are not going to win this division. You got the Buccaneers and the Panthers, and you think the Saints with
Bucks
Tyler Shaw is going to be the no.
The Bucks are pretty fragile. You could see the wheels fall off easily. Falcons probably not winning it.
Brother, look at my face.
That's the face of any of these teams emerge, to be fair.
No, that's not true because the Buccaneers actually have real potential to be like a 12-win team if they don't get hurt.
Secondary. If
they don't get hurt, they have potential to be a 12-win team. I didn't say they had potential to go win the Super Bowl. Those aren't the same statement at all. I didn't say that. There's a 12-win ceiling on the Bucks this year. There's a 12-win ceiling on the Bucks this year. I don't know how you're disagreeing with that statement. Before all the injuries last year, it looked like they were on pace for a 12-win season last year. If they stayed healthy, there's a 12-win ceiling, and that's why it's called a ceiling. And there's a 12-win ceiling on it.
Okay. If all you're saying is in the most optimistic outcome, they could win 12 games.
Yeah, but they're the only team in that division who could. The Panthers could win 9. That's their ceiling. That's really their ceiling. If a few things go really well for them and they get lucky, they could win 10. But that's lucky. They get lucky in those situations.
I'm glancing through the Bucs schedule because I actually don't know how strong it is this year. Of course, they play in the NFC South, so they're going to have
it's 6 games against each other. So I'm not with any of these teams that emerges the favorite.
They had the AFC North. They had the AFC North this year, so that Bengals matchup's going to be good. They should dominate the shit out of the Browns. They played the NFC North as well, so that's going to be a little harder for them. But you could see some shootouts there, right?
NFC North. In fact, you know what? Give me the NFC South to sweep the NFC North.
Vikings are beating the Bucs.
The Vikings are going 0-16 this year behind
week
Kyler
3.
Murray and Call of Duty.
They saw Brian Flores in that fucking defensive
unit. The new Call of
They're
Duty comes
tear
out
Baker
throughout
up,
the season. I think the Vikings are fucked.
They're gonna tear Baker up. Well, the thing the Buccaneers do have going for them is I think they're the preseason
their quarterback doesn't play
rated
Call of
line
Duty throughout the season and let it compromise his film study. Yes.
That hasn't been for years, dude.
Dude, you think that went away?
Hey, we're coming up on the clock here.
You think him playing in bottom of the barrel
coming up the clock. We got 3-1. I want to take Parker Washington and Rome Odunze here for next 2 picks. Who do you prefer? I don't know if
I'd prefer Parker Washington.
All right, we'll take him for sure. And then we'll see who we get after the bend. Who'd you want?
Carnell Tate.
You wanted Ted earlier. You want Ted McMillan and Carnell Tate.
Carnell Tate.
You want Carnell Paint?
Carnell Tate.
Carnell
Tate's going to be the Cooper Kupp of this draft. That's it. That's it. He's not white, but that's it.
If Price comes back, can we just go 4-2?
Yeah, we can take Price. That's fine.
Fuck, he left.
Good. Damn it. Take Tate. Who do you want instead, Brian Thomas?
I overruled you.
We just drafted Parker Washington.
I overruled your McMillan earlier, so I got us Tate. I hate it. Yeah, I got us Tate.
You'll thank me at the end of the season when
they go up against the Steelers in Week 17 when fucking Cam Ward gets a shit rocked by T.J. Watt.
Dude, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Cam Ward's going to come out and be Cam Ward this year. Everybody's like, oh, the Titans' offensive line has to get better. Well, they did.
Dude, they're not going to be good this year, man.
Say what you want. when you're eating crow in week 17 because we won $2 million, you're eating $2 million crow.
I'm gonna cry
You're gonna
myself
thank
to
me.
sleep.
Behind
I'm gonna cry
our
myself
Carnell
to sleep.
Tate. Here's the thing. We're going to get second place to the dude who drafted Tet.
Dude, he had the T. Higgins, Tet, and Carnell Tate combo. He went all T. He went T, Tate. He went, what was that? T, Tet, and Tate. T, Tet, Tate.
Yeah, Tet and Tate, brother.
Shit, dude. We just unlocked the Best Ball Mania winner and we didn't draft. It's my
You
bad.
fucked up.
My bad. Second place is only a mil, so we're going to have to get back to the
You
drawing
fucked
board.
it.
Yeah, I'll eat a shoe if Tet outperforms
I'll eat a
dude. Assuming no injury,
it's on the record. It's on the record. But please tell me you're recording and not just live, dog.
I think we're live and not recording.
No, there's nothing there.
No, it says recording in progress. There you go.
Oh, okay, we're fine.
There you go.
All right, good. I can clip that.
Yeah, it's
So
going to YouTube.
Troy
answer.
said he's going to eat a shoe. What was that? If Tate is our $1 million receiver,
I did it even worse. So if fucking Carnell Tate, I said if I officially said if Tetaroya McMillan outperforms Travis Etienne with no injuries, of course, then I would eat a shoe. But if you're telling me Carnell Tate outperforms Travis Etienne, oh my god, I'll learn how to do a backflip. I'll learn how to do a backflip and die on the attempt, dude. I can.
and then I'll die.
You think I can do a backflip? When have I ever shown you any athleticism enough to do a backflip? Never.
They're not hard.
Well, can you do a backflip?
If I actually tried, yeah, I could. But it would take me like a month to train.
All right, guess you have to eat a shoe too then or something. But either way, Carnell Tate's not gonna be on the winner, dude. He's going up against fucking the Steelers.
I'm not betting with you. The bet is you eat a shoe or you
you're
don't
eating
eat
a shoe.
You're the only
You're
the only one involved in this shoe eating. I didn't say shit about it.
I'm pretty sure you were just hungry for some Nikes, bro.
I said you're gonna eat $2 million crow, and then your dumbass was like, "No, I'm gonna eat a shoe." I offered you crow. I offered you a
coming back here on the clock
bird, and you wanted a shoe.
Coming up here on the clock. Between these, I like Tucker Kraft the best for our team. I like take Chris Godwin. We do have Parker Washington. We get Lawrence.
Let's draft Brandon Aubrey.
Oh yeah, nice call. I'm gonna go with
Dak, dumbass Dak. We need a quarterback.
Do we even have a Cowboy?
Who cares?
I would rather have Lawrence for this team.
He's the number one fantasy producing quarterback of all year, and we're gonna draft Ryan Flanoy later anyway. So shut up.
That's true. All right, this pick I like Dowdle.
Although I do need to start asterisking that you guys might want to start looking into Camden Brown as well, depending on how the receiver situation shakes out. If anything happens to George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb, you're going to want to look into Camden Brown as well.
On the clock here,
and
real
if something
quick.
happens to
we got Chris Godwin, Steph Diggs, Blake Corum, 10 seconds.
But Godwin's cool.
Diggs?
Godwin's cool.
Okay, Godwin.
I don't want Diggs.
I do. I got a shitload of Diggs.
I only want dudes whose teammates want them to date their sister.
I don't want that out of my NFL player. I want some attitude. I'm completely fine with.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
What I don't want is a Kareem Hunt boyfriend, but I'll take a Coke bag on a boat boyfriend. That's fine with me. That's fun for football.
that's Michael Irvin
fun for basketball too. Pretty much for any sport. That guy is good at that sport. If he's on a boat,
that's 88 shit. He's got either a bunch of dabs or he's got Coke with him. No, it's not our business to know. He made it our business to know, and that's why I don't want him on our team.
So Godwin, I think, is going to have nothing but elite volume. And Baker's going to have to pass this ball because the running back options aren't like too enticing to hand the ball off 20 times.
Watch your mouth.
The other thing here is Baker's entering he's in a contract year. I think he's got to try and light it up as much as he can. I think he's got to try and get himself.
I think he's
paid.
going to be changing play calls in the huddle from runs to passes.
I hope so. I hope he throws a lot this year. I hope what doesn't happen is like some frustration or resentment towards the coaching staff and the ownership, and the team kind of falls apart. As we've seen him get hurt in years past, you can kind of see all that happening. And Chris Godwin, of course, himself is extremely fragile. I don't think he's finished the season in like several years. So the thing is, when he's on the field, he's dominant, and he's got to get a bunch of volume in this offense. So I'm completely fine with Godwin for this team. Between the two, though, yeah, I've got Diggs all day.
Since we have superstar Carnell Tate.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I forgot. We have just 20 points locked up right there from our
30 points, actually.
30.5 point PPR. He's going to have 2 touchdowns every game.
Yes, sir. 10 catches.
As a true X receiver on the fucking Tennessee Titans with Cam Moore throwing him the ball.
He's the fucking truth, man. Carnell Tate is the truth.
With Wan'Dale Robinson, who's going to out-target and outscore him in every game this year. Brian Daboll's the coach, and Brian Daboll loves Wan'Dale.
Here's why the Wan'Dale Robinson theory will fall, or the Wan'Dale Robinson competition will never come to fruition. It's because Wan'Dale has proven that this is who he is at the NFL level.
What?
Where he's been at in the like 5 catches at most, 80 yards at most.
Look at his last season, dude.
At most.
I would normally agree with you, because every season prior to the last,
fantastic production. It's
every season prior to the last, I would agree with you, except that his average depth of target increased by about like 7 yards or something last year. They started using him downfield the way that you would like an actual number one receiver.
Shitting their passes, their fucking pants, and started throwing the ball down the field, man.
And I don't see them not doing that this year.
They just started throwing it.
I don't see the Titans not being in the same spot, and I think that the same coach is coming back and brought his guys in.
Plus, they're in a shit division. They're going to be playing for the playoffs.
They also have Calvin Ridley on this team. He's going to be eating some of these targets too. I know Carnell Tate's the 4th overall pick, but I'm just
Calvin Ridley will take targets until he starts dropping passes.
Back on the clock here.
Stop throwing him the football, because that's what they do with Calvin Ridley.
10 seconds. Want Kyle Pitts, Casey Concepcion.
Yes.
Pitts or Concepcion for me.
Just pick one.
We're gonna go Concepcion. I
don't feel too strongly about anybody in this range, to be honest. If we didn't have Dak, I would want one of the quarterbacks, but we do, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
Jordan Tyson, obviously with the injury, I don't like him.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, I think, could have a good year, but
I'm all for
Pitts.
Pitts.
His production could be matched by tight ends later in the draft,
including Kittle.
Especially, I was just about to say, there's Kittle coming up. We got Kincaid coming up. We got Ferguson coming up. All those guys, I think they have abilities to do all that.
So I'm good with Pitts, Kittle, or Rodriguez here. Chris Rodriguez.
Isn't he a good
too, but he's been hurt. He's listed as a co-starter.
Rodriguez is. Let's get some Manunga.
Manunga's week to week in the preseason. I think he's going to miss like week 1 and possibly week 2 with these lower body injury. But on the season, I still like him. So I'm fine with him. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, and plus, like we got James Cook, and
we are covered. Yeah, and that was the other reason I think we could have. I think we could have pushed him in favor of one of the tight ends, or I like Rodriguez here. I think he's going to score like 12 touchdowns. And
the reason I didn't want to push the tight ends is because the Kincaid, Kelsey, likely Fergo tier is coming up right now.
Yeah, it's a good pocket from all the way from Kincaid at 122 through Goddard.
Andrews,
Goddard and Johnson are my favorite two here for sure. Yeah.
Juwan Johnson will have a few pop weeks. He's just like that.
Johnson, I think, is actually going to outscore this entire group, especially with Tyson getting injured. He's now the number 2 receiver again. And Olave is his only competition. So volume-wise, like Goddard's up there. Goddard also has a touchdown threat. So I think Goddard beats this whole group, and then Juwan's right behind him all the way up, even past Kincaid, honestly.
I like Kincaid a lot this year.
I do too. I think he's got 7-8 touchdowns in him. I just don't know if he's going to consolidate with DJ Moore there. They brought in DJ Moore just for that.
I think that helps him. Like we've seen a lot of times firsthand how a really top tier receiver could elevate a top tier tight end.
Yeah. No, I'm with
Um,
you. I just think Allen spreads the ball out a lot, and given like look at this touchdown equity on fucking Goddard when like they're not going to have a number 2 receiver. Dontavian Wicks is a number 2 receiver. Oh geez, dude, it's going to be a great year for Goddard if he doesn't get hurt. And Andrews, he's going to get a shitload of volume. He's just really old now. I don't think he's going to get any yak this year.
it's the same with him and Kelsey. They're in the exact same boat of I am very worried to take them, one, because I don't know if they're going to last all season, and two,
Yeah.
I don't know what their yak looks like.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how
everyone
well
else.
I don't know how well older big body dudes get down the field. We saw how Jason Witten basically deteriorated into an oak tree in the middle of the field
Yeah,
towards the end of his career.
yeah.
So like you just run down the field, stand in the middle, and Bromo would hit him, and then Dak would hit him. But yeah,
Would they hit that button every play? Like every other play, they just kept hitting the button.
but every third down, you just big oak tree in the middle, boom.
Free first
It's like
down.
who was going to cover him? The linebacker couldn't really stay with him, and the defensive back wasn't big enough. So it wasn't until like Cam Chancellor and guys like that came around.
Yeah. Good
But even
safety
then,
play.
Cam Chancellor came around when Witten was like past his prime, and even then, Witten gave him the business in 2014.
Coming up here on the clock, 145 so far. Here's that tight end pocket we already mentioned. I do like Goddard the best. I like Kincaid. I don't have a bundle of him. Kincaid just left. Goddard's my favorite from this group.
Yeah. I like Goddard or Fergo the best, just because I think Fergo is going to have some sneaky production that we're going to want to be a part of.
So do we want to try and get Daniel Jones or Juwan Johnson to solidify QB or tight end? Or do we want to just push quarterback because we believe in Dak that much and then double up at tight end with Juwan?
You know what? I think we could. Well, who are the quarterbacks right now? Hit that.
We got 4 seconds here, man. Darnold, Jones.
Oh, no. Fuck. We messed up.
That's right. Hey, I'm going to get Fergo here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Cool. So we
really should have been
Fergo and Dak.
Johnson. It really should have been Juwan Johnson.
I like Juwan much better this year, but yeah.
I like the stack, but we were talking about the upside now with the Jordan Tyson injury.
Yeah, it should have been Johnson.
I figured that this would have been a good time to get some exposure to that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think he outperforms him. But when we look at the seasons both of them had last year, Fergo
I'm not certain he
outperformed
outperforms him. I just think there's upside to it now.
Yeah, me too.
So I do want to get some early exposure now while his ADP is still going to be back here. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say between the two is that Ferguson might score more fantasy points still on the season. I think Juwan will spike more.
Have better pops.
Yeah. He'll have better pops. But given that we have Goddard, we're going to have 2 very good high volume. And with Goddard, I think we have enough of the touchdown ceiling where that kind of covers us. Barring Ferguson's touchdown games, which we double take advantage of with the stack. So Ferguson still fits this team, but I'm with you, man. Juwan Johnson is, I like him much better too.
Yeah, we just ran out of time on that one. That's fine.
Yeah.
By going forward, though, we will get some exposure to that.
Talk about the team shape here. So we're in a 1-4-5-2. Given our pieces, our Dak running back room is solid, stable. James Cook, Saquon, Travis Etienne, Kyle Monangai. Receivers look awesome too. No true like number ones here, but T. Higgins, Parker Washington, Carnell Tate, Chris Godwin, and Casey Conception. So all undervalued number ones, you could say. All guys you don't think of as number ones, but Parker Washington is the number one in his team. So is Carnell Tate. So is Chris Godwin, and so is Casey Concepcion when it comes down to it. So what do you think about this team so far? Are we weak anywhere?
No, well,
multi-million-dollar winner.
I wouldn't call it weak. The thing is, just playing devil's advocate for the team, Dak has a tendency when he goes off a really good year, he then has a bit of a down year. I don't believe that's going to happen at all, but that's just the devil's advocate play there. As far as the running back room goes, it could be stronger, but not by much.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like we would need a Jahmyr Gibbs to make it stronger.
Yeah.
Or if you don't believe in Kyle Monangai, then you have your own problems. But
hey, real quick on the clock here, got 10 seconds. I put Flournoy in the queue. Do you want to get Pink's big? Okay. Let's go Ward because we have Tate already.
Let's do it.
Okay. I like Flanoy after the turn because we're not going to get him if we wait till 178.
Let's do it.
All right. Hopefully, Hands in the cookie jar doesn't snipe us. He only has 4 receivers, so he might, given these
I bet
other
Hands in the
options.
cookie jar watches our stream and he is going to snipe us.
Yeah, right. Trey Harris. There we go. Okay, so we got Flanoy.
Yes, sir. That's the dude. All right. No, I mean, in all honesty, the receiver room, it could be a weak point. In all honesty, I could see a situation in where Parker Washington doesn't produce. You've outlined several situations where Cardinal Tate doesn't. You've also outlined several situations where Chris Godwin doesn't, both with his injuries and Baker's. KC, you're not a big fan of the quarterback play out in Cleveland at all, but you are a fan of the talent that he's got. And we both love Ryan Flanoy, who, if those other guys take the worst trajectory that could be there, Ryan Flanoy may be our best producing pass catcher on the season.
Yeah. The one
Especially
exception,
if there's an injury to Joe Burrow.
the one guy that I think you have less confidence in than I do that's really been growing on me is Parker Washington. I don't know if you've seen any of the reports.
It's just, I mean, the
Have you
Jacksonville
seen what's come out
situation
this last month?
Well, no, but it's because it's a bunch of young pass catchers in the same room that I'm kind of just not sold on any of them.
So here's what's come out over the last month. Brian Thomas is switching off with Travis Hunter at X wide receiver. This has left the slot position completely open to just Parker Washington. Jacoby is practicing with a hand brace on. He's also just fallen out of favor in training camp and stuff. And then on top of all this, there has been nothing but slew after slew after slew of report from GMs, players, and coaches, including the head coach, related offensive personnel, all of them, about how Parker Washington is the truth. They gave Jacoby Myers an extension before Parker Washington came on in the second half of last season. You do wonder, this common thing I hear is you do wonder if they would have given Jacoby that extension if they knew what they were going to get out of Parker Washington. And the way he just crushed the end of last season and what the Jaguars have done, they basically just use that X spot to take the top off the defense. So Brian Thomas, touchdown threat. I don't think he's going to have a very predictable year. I think it's going to be, a few spike weeks and not very big ones. Whereas Parker Washington, I touchdowns are on the board, deep crossers over the middle, slot usage, outs, like they're all there. They're good. He is the focal point of the offense coming up. It's going to go through him in the pass game, which is pretty crazy considering the talent of the receivers around him that this guy out of Penn State just emerged. But he fucking deserves it. People are calling him like Amon-Ra level. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was like actually 90% as good, just based off of how good he was last year. He's gotten a lot of steam over this last month, and it's come out in training camp when the pads have been on. So we got a 2-4-5 here back on the clock. Running back, do you want to go Ray Davis or something, or want to get another receiver, tight end?
Should go Pacheco.
5 seconds. He sprained his MCL. Can I go Robinson?
Okay, then we should have went Jaden Blue. But yeah.
Shit. Okay. The move there was running back, but he did sprain his MCL, and I'm concerned that he's not going to recover well from all this.
Oh, dude, he lined up to play week 1. What is your problem?
We the just sprained MCL MCLs don't go away, dude. And he's on a good.
I'm not at all
good
worried
for years.
Not worried about it. Those types of injuries, when you play through them, they're.
I think we're good at running back, and we're probably good at quarterback based off our bets. You want to go tight end or receiver here? Or
we probably have
5 seconds.
We should get another tight end.
Okay, let's. What do you want? Kate Otten, Dulcich, Otten.
Kate Otten. That's the touchdown upside. We'll be all right.
Heard. The tight end I like getting these days is Darren Waller back here when you already got 2 of these like good Dallas Goedert, Jake Ferguson level ones. I don't
want any Darren Waller. That's a fucking attention signing if I've ever seen it.
Well, it coincided with Chris Brazel's injury. So they were planning on using Brazel as a take the top off outside the X guy. He runs like a 4.2 or something like that. Waller's obviously not running that fast. But what it does mean is the big bodied like touchdown threat, that's Waller. And he excelled at that last year. I think he can score another 6 touchdowns this year. Why I especially like him for Best Ball Mania is because this contest has been open since May, but Waller was officially retired right until he got signed till this last month. So there's just not going to be as many teams that actually have him on there. And for what you need for a late tight end, we're going to get just as many spike weeks out of Auden as we are out of Darren Waller, if assuming Waller stays healthy for
if your upside situation pans out, then it'll be very, very similar production for sure.
So I like him for the tournament play alone, right? For the format of fantasy we're playing. Straight up, though, between the two, if this was redraft or any other format, give me Auden all day above Darren Waller.
You just got to take Auden.
It's not even close. Like, Waller's so unpredictable. He's like ancient and he's long, so he's going to get hurt. And you know he's going to get hurt. But when he's in, it's got to be fun, man, because it's like they're just going to try and load him up. It's like a ancient Jimmy Graham playing. So let's just get him a touchdown just because we can.
That was my take on Darren Waller getting a new contract was, he's in the Jimmy Graham phase of his career now. But,
yep. Celebrity shot touchdowns. That's what he's there for.
Essentially that. Like, he's in there to sell some jerseys. He's going to sell some jerseys. And then he's in there to like celeb shot.
That's crazy too. Is like, I don't know anybody that's really like a Darren Waller fan, like that. Everybody was like, I really follow this guy's career, know a lot about him, but everybody likes him, you know, like, yeah, he made us like him on the Raiders.
He made that song. I don't like Darren Waller.
Really?
I don't like Darren Waller at all.
I don't know his personality at all, but I do like him as a player. He's fun.
I don't.
Anyone that can catch 6 touchdowns past 35 is just.
I get no entertainment value from watching Darren Waller play football.
I actually don't know how old he is. I just assume he's like 39 or something.
He can't be that old.
I don't fucking know. I'll look it up.
Dude might still be in his 20s if I'm being
coming
honest.
Up here, we got last 2 picks of the draft. We got 10 seconds left on this one. 2563. You want to go Ted Hurst?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I love Ted Hurst right now. The only other dude on this roster who can play X receiver is Jalen McMillan. He's still missing preseason activity from time to time with either neck or knee issues. So to me, and then Ted Hurst has been getting targets in these preseason games. They're really trying to get him the ball. And the other thing is the coaching staff has said about Ted Hurst, this guy looks like an X receiver. And what are they lacking? X receivers. He's got to be out on this field. He's got to run a lot of routes by the time the season's over. And Baker, Baker distributes, man, he's like Dak. It's just your fourth guy's going to get involved.
He just finds the guy. If you're open, even if you're not open on the play and he wants to throw that route, he's throwing that fucking route.
Last pick here at 2573. You've got 3 seconds. Who do you want? Sean Tucker, Bidell,
Brissett,
Waller.
Brissett. Fuck!
He said none of them. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. The third quarterback would have been nice for the for just an option.
He's gonna have a couple pops at the beginning of the season. I feel like there might be.
I'm sorry, he's not. The first 8 games, the Cardinals are going through a fucking gauntlet, dude. He's not. He's done.
There's gonna be
benched by week 7, man.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong about that. I'm saying there are going to be pop weeks. There are going to be pop weeks. That's just going to happen. Because the NFL works this way. They're supposed to get shit on. They're supposed to get fucking boomed. They're supposed to get bonked. They're supposed to get banged. They're supposed to get all the B words.
Yeah. Boom,
and then Jacoby Brissett is the X factor, throws 4 fucking touchdowns, 500 yards out of fucking nowhere. And then Marvin Harrison never has another productive game all season long. It's just how the NFL works.
That pocket of games is probably these two right here, like the Giants and Lions. They get a break.
Whoever starts quarterback against the Giants is gonna have a great game.
That's going to be Brissett still. This will be Brissett. They're not going to throw fucking Carson.
Whoever starts this game against the Cowboys is going to have a great game. Whoever
They're not
starts
going to
this
start.
game.
They're not going to start Beck against these defenses, man. Even the
So
Giants front is nasty enough where I think
it's
Beck
the
would.
Cowboys game, it's the Lions game, it's the Giants game, and it's any of the division games. Pick one division game.
One of the Rams Cardinals games will probably go off. Yeah.
One of them. Yeah. Just one of them.
Hey,
Pick
but
one.
why I like the Cardinals is this playoff schedule is immaculate. Like you could just see all the stars lining up for Jeremiah Love and Carson Beck at the end of
be
this
the
year.
dude. Yeah.
Look at
Dude,
this, man.
I'm
To be
liking
the
what I'm
guy
seeing
you
out
need.
of Carson Beck to this point in time. And his preseason against backups, but it looks good.
So I'm not a believer in him, but we'll find out because he could get it done for us like the Jets, Saints, and Raiders to end the season. You could see him 200 yard,
Very
like
easily
20-point games.
Yeah. And easy production too, predictable production.
This whole end of the season, really. I mean, he's got the Eagles here, but you get to go Commanders, Jets, Raiders, and Saints at
They'll
four of the
be fine
last
against,
5.
they'll compete well against the NFC East. They always do. They're NFC East at heart. They really are.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think the Cardinals are undervalued for best ball format specifically because of their end of season stuff. I'm just not on Brissett for that reason, right? Like the first half's could be so bad. I do think he gets benched. Just because they have to, just because you really have to. Just see what you got.
No, I don't disagree with you, but it's going to be a similar situation with what happened last year with Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson. Wilson
that happened sooner than I thought.
He played well,
way sooner.
He was playing well. He had really no business being benched. The Giants just felt like their offense was ready to take on the new quarterback, and they fucking weren't because they're not good.
Yeah.
But they wanted to see what they had in Jackson Dart. They know what they had in Russell Wilson. And the problem was Russ was getting too close to winning games, and that would have fucked them in draft positioning. They didn't need to win games last year. Last year was let's let the kids run wild. Let's let everybody have some fun, and then we'll start building a team.
So unfortunately the eliminator was full. I wanted to enter more contests with you specifically in that, but that's where we're at. We have our one eliminator team, but we can get in a few best ball manias tonight. I saved like 20 of them for this time of year because I wanted the play. I wanted the training camp news to kind of adjust, get last second exposure, stuff like that. Recapping this team: Dak Prescott, Cam Ward. We just fully bet on Dak's going to be the man this year. Cam Ward, we're betting on taking a step forward, at least being able to spike. Running back room is elite. James Cook, Saquon, Travis Etienne lead it off. Got meaningful depth with Monangai standalone role plus contingency upside, assuming he comes back healthy. And then Brian Robinson as the handcuff bet to Bijan. Receiver room, solid production, a lot of sneaky wide receiver ones. If the stars align on this team, they'll win it for us as a difference makers with this late round production. T. Higgins, Parker Washington, Carnell Tate, Chris Godwin, KC Concepcion, Ryan Flanoy, and Ted Hurst. All betting just on obvious volume from not obvious names, from seemingly bad situations. We have some very obvious volume and some high upside, knowing what we know that the coaches are going to force feed. Lastly, just a lot of fun tight end room, a lot of high floor, high ceiling. Dallas Goedert, Jake Ferguson, extremely high floor. Kate Otten, meaningful involvement when these other guys get hurt, and we know Chris Godwin and these other guys will get hurt for the Bucks. And then Darren Waller just taking advantage of his really fun 2 touchdown games. He's got to get 2 of them this season. We just don't know when, but he'll hit our flex or he'll be our tight end when it happens. So we should have the other Best Ball Mania starting soon. Let's try and get back to that one. I got a bunch of slow drafts too. You can see some of the teams that I'm doing so far with them, but
what the hell is happening right now? Are those all drafts you're queued up to do?
These are slow drafts, yeah. Slow drafts.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
You got to call the hotline.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my first experiences with this stuff was winning 13 grand, so I'm kind of hooked. But this is just how we have fun, man. All right, looks like we're already on the clock. Oh, they passed up Gibbs. We got Gibbs at number 2. Smash.
Draft Dak.
All right, Dak Prescott. It is. All right, let's get that shit off. How do I get that off the screen?
Can we trade Jahmyr Gibbs for Dak?
Can we trade Jameer Gibbsy for
I think
Dak?
it's important that we build around the quarterback position.
I don't know, October.
We should have the good offensive line too.
It's on the clock. Here's upcoming. I'm trying to get rid of this sidebar. It wasn't here before. That's where we're
Sidebar.
at. This
lawyer?
these drafts. Yeah, the sidebar.
You
Sidebar.
are a
It's not my
lawyer.
main bar. It's
Mm,
my
sidebars.
bar on the side. It's not my main bar. We ain't going steady. It's not my main law degree. It's not my main legal standard.
I'm not I don't mainly practice law in this state, but you know, every once in a while I like to come out here, practice a law or two.
Practice a law or two. I'm occasionally law abiding.
I occasionally practice a couple laws. I'm like Kyler Murray when it comes to football. Most of the time I'm playing Call of Duty, but sometimes I'm doing my job.
But sometimes I'm not.
Most
All
of
right.
the time though, I am playing Call of Duty because that's the shit.
Man, that's annoying. I can't get this thing off the screen. Okay, go to draft. Hey, here we go. There we go. All right, fixed it.
That's
Just give
that's
me-
what Kyler Murray says to his coaches when he's like, "No, coach, I'm trying to watch, but you don't understand. The Call of Duty keeps coming up on the screen. I can't get it off."
You don't understand, coach. This is when I got a tactical nuke. This is the only time I got a nuke.
Coach, it was my turn to buy the door or to buy the box.
My turn to buy loadout. By
My
Lodi.
turn to buy-
Watch me
I
get
had to buy
fucking
a
sniped
loadout.
while I'm trying to buy Lodi for the team.
Yeah, dude, I had to get my loadout and I got fucking worked, dog.
by the sticks. By the dude
I
with the
even
kendo
got,
sticks.
dude. Oh man, do you remember that week when I had Cali sticks and they weren't nerfed?
That was
We
fun.
were wrecking, dude. We were winning left and right, man. Because we had you and Omar who don't suck at the game, and we finally took away my one handicap. Like I can't. I'm not a shooter,
I
but
miss
I'll beat the
playing,
shit
man.
out of you with my hands.
I miss playing. I do miss dropping in. Friday nights were fun.
Yeah, every once in a while, I do get a hankering to drop in. I think about downloading the Fortnite to do the non-build.
Yeah. Hey,
Non-build, and then Omar already plays that. So
Real quick, coming up on the clock. We got the end of the
Nico-
round here.
Oh, George Pickens, dude. Duh.
Okay, so for me,
Well, there's also Olave. Oh
Yes.
my goodness! And
I have
Smitty.
this order. I have this officially as Olave, Collins. Oh, sorry, Olave, Pickens, and Collins, and Neighbors probably above this whole group. But we're on the
Where
clock
do you
now.
have Smitty and all that? You don't have Smitty in any of that?
Behind. I haven't passed Rice. Hey, you want to go Olave, Neighbors, Pickens?
Ew.
Got to answer.
Olave
3
or
seconds.
Pickens?
Let's go Olave. We had him less. I got him less than Pickens this year. So
You have Smitty below Rashee Rice?
I do, because Rice's involvement on the offense has got to be more than Devontae Smith, and with more of a touchdown role. And that's just proven out over time.
I just don't see it. Well, there's no AJ Brown this year.
Neighbors or Smith? Well, Smith has never been a red zone threat.
It
But
doesn't need to be.
it doesn't
Smith.
have PPR
Hey,
site.
Smith. Anytime you offer me the choice between those
Smith or
two,
Zay
I'm always
Flowers?
gonna pick Smith.
Smith or Zay?
Smith, but that's actually a lot harder of a choice.
I think so. The way I was drafting this earlier
It's
in the
a lot harder
offseason,
of a
actually
choice.
Zay.
I like Zay
I actually had
Flowers
Zay
a
above
lot this
both of
year.
those guys, but over time, it's just proven out to me that Neighbors is healthy enough, and he's just too elite, man. Neighbors is the real deal. He could do everything Zay does, plus the power roll, like goal line fade, stuff like that. Whereas Zay just doesn't get. He's not big enough to get like a jump ball in the end zone. So the touchdown upside and half PPR, this is just Neighbors all day if he's healthy.
Quarterback play, man. I just don't
But
see it.
offensive situation, no, don't get me wrong. I've got a shitload of Zay Flowers, dude. I've been taking
I
him
just
third
don't see
round.
it.
I've been
I don't
taking him
see
third
how
round when
Malik
he's going in the
Neighbors
fourth.
outperformed Zay Flowers this year. I don't see how it happens.
I think if
Like,
neither get hurt,
in
I
any
agree with you.
Yeah.
If neither get hurt, I agree. I just think that the ceiling for Neighbors is just better than Zay and the best outcome for both. Dart doesn't suck. The offense doesn't cave in. And yeah, Neighbors' knees don't give
The
out.
problem is, I'm positive the offense is going to cave in.
Me too.
And it's going to have a
It's
lot
the
to
Giants,
do
they
with the
suck.
fact that Dart sucks.
And Harbaugh's conservative as shit, and he's going to be more than happy to hand this ball off 30 times to concrete eating Cam Scatterbo and coaching, and not even Tyrone Tracy, who I don't know if you saw what happened to him in the his last preseason game. He botched a pass pro, and he got Jackson Dart fucking lit up. And so Harbaugh,
I knew he
spent
a bunch of time in the tent. I didn't know why he was doing it though.
Harbaugh after the game, somber faced, is basically said something like, "We failed pass protection, and that sort of stuff will not happen again." And so Tyrone Tracy is kind of just in the ultimate doghouse. And this entire time, they've had coach's favorite Devin fucking Singletary on the bench, and so he's coming in and taking Tracy's job right away. All the pass pro, all the eight touches. He's not going to be as explosive as Tracy out of the passing game there, but they could easily just keep Scat doing that, and then Singletary is the volume replacement just to spell him. It's got to be similar, I think, to like the Chris Rodriguez Bashal Tuden setup, except I think Scatterbo might outscore Tuden this year if they both stay healthy.
Who is not outscoring Bashal Tuden? Actually, they might, but it'll be within like 50 points of each other.
Yeah, I'm nervous about Tuden, man, because they the more the offseason goes on, the more Rodriguez has been promoted to.
That dude's not playing past week 2.
Yeah, his injury situation is scary.
Sharp pains in his knee, dog.
It's scary, man. I'm with you.
That's not that. The exposure to Cam Scatterpoo should be the exposure to real poo-poo. Leave it in the bathroom and flush it as soon as possible.
So we're back on the clock here, and he's actually at the top of the
Scatterpoo, pick him up. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to go Tuden Burden?
Mike Evans.
You're not scared of the quads or the hamstrings?
Oh, I'm terrified of him, but
he's already had several quad strains. He's back to team drills, though, today.
Quad strains?
Yes, dude.
I'm not. I'm already out.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I don't need this.
I'm not worried about.
I'm done. The thing is, like they're out of receivers. So if it works for him, if he plays 8 weeks healthy,
cramps. They're not real. You don't usually strain your quads.
I'm out of it, man. Yeah. Do you want Luther Burden here? Bashal Tuten?
We need a receiver. Jameson Williams. Yeah. Jameson Williams. Or like DJ Moore. Either one. DJ Moore.
I like Burden or JMO here the best for sure.
The thing is because DJ Moore is the actual wide receiver 1 on his team. I don't know what that's going to look like, though, because the wide receiver 1 for Buffalo doesn't typically look that great.
Did you see his ankle get kind of twisted in the preseason game?
No.
So his third catch, and he had just so what they're using him for? What they're using him for right now looks like this designed short, closer to the line of scrimmage role. But of course, Allen can push the ball downfield, and Moore is still capable. He's got enough juice to get it. So
yeah, but that's exactly what they did with him in Chicago, and it's why he didn't pan out worth his shit.
Yeah, I know, and he's
quick screens,
and he's older too now. He's older
down
too.
The field.
I don't like him. I don't like DJ Moore where he goes. If he's like 6th round, I'd be all in, but I can't take him above Parker Washington, Odunze. I can't take him above Mike Evans, Jameson Williams.
I don't know where it's coming from that he's ranked above Odunze. I don't get that at all.
I think Odunze should be a 4th rounder. He's got to be considered that at the end of this year.
Well, I think by season's end, we'll see that productivity out of him, but I don't think he should be rated that right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe.
He's a rookie coming off a second half of the season, or I guess now a second-year player. But he's
coming into his third year now.
Injury, but the second half of last season was injury-prone.
Yeah, for sure. Well, got injured, not injury-prone, but got injured and stayed injured.
And then just messy when he came back,
Messy, and you figure Burden's going to take a step forward. They did lose Moore's 200 fantasy points.
Yeah, he is just going to take a step forward. That's just the progression of the young guys in good offenses. But I don't know. I don't think he'll take so much of a step forward that he just eats up all of the production. It'll be solid receiving work out in Chicago.
What I saw last year was the number 1 target the first half of the season with a great goal line, with a great red zone presence. And now he lost his main threat to both of those. Now Burden is figured to be the center point of the offense. That's been all the offseason talk out of Bear camp. and stuff. Loveland is obviously not going anywhere. He was the actual focal point of the team in the playoffs when it mattered most. 3 straight back-to-back 20-point half PPR weeks for a tight end. It's fucking awesome. So when push comes to shove, I wonder if the chips actually fall in London. But Odunze, if he stays healthy, there's no way this guy's not like 9-10 targets a game and 7-8 of those are receptions because he's such a technician as a route runner. The only thing is Caleb is a little inaccurate, but you figure that improves it with another year. And the Bears are one of these teams. Everyone is saying you shouldn't leave a draft without a Bears piece. I think that their offense is going to be absolutely electric this year. I think you could even take Kmet at the end of the draft because they're going to be playing 2 tight end sets primarily. Their third receivers like Khalif Raymond, excommunicated, and Jade Walker.
Why the they drafted or they went in on the Loveland and Kmet train. They didn't need to do both of that.
I mean, talk about Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. Like that's pretty close. I don't think Kmet's as good as Hernandez was, but he's still a very good tight end. Like solid B plus, A minuses.
He doesn't have that killer instinct.
Back on the clock here, we had a 1-4 You want to wrap up Warren, or do you want to stack up Smith with Hurts? I think we can push Hurts.
Yeah. Let's get some Jalen Hurts.
Do you want to push Hurts after the bend, or do you want to try and get him past this Swaggy B guy? Just take him? Okay.
He's right there.
I'm worried that this guy's going to take Warren from us, and I value having Warren on this team more than you don't? Who do you want here?
I like Pollard. I
like Quentin Johnson.
Position on the turn. I like any of the guys.
I like Quentin Johnson the best from these if we're not going running back. But if we are, I like Warren. Warren fell to us anyways.
Oh.
Do you like Brooks or Pollard better? Or?
I like both of them better than I like Warren.
How about Rico Dowdle?
It's all the same situation. Well, it's the same situation all the way around.
Can we go?
Just pick
Pollard?
one of them. Just pick one of them.
Let's go Pollard.
Yeah. It's the same situation all around, and they're the same tier of back. Like we're not gaining.
I think Warren's such an obvious tier above these other guys between his passes and the goal line involvement. Size, Aaron Rodgers trying to get the ball out quick.
Pollard does all the same stuff, and they're in the same.
Yeah, no,
it was the Thunder and Thunder situation. Unless we see situations where he breaks off 90+ yard runs or receptions, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference between what these two guys do. Except it's not Thunder and Thunder; it's Lightning and Lightning.
I don't know, man. I think Warren's definitely going to outscore Pollard here by a good, probably 30 points a season.
I could see 30 points on the end of the season. I could see that, but 30 points on the end of the season isn't really that much.
I think our chance of that,
in 2 matchups, you know what I mean? And then we'll have missed out on those 2 weeks of production. But if we're only missing out on 2 weeks of production to get the exact same production from his counterpart.
The other, the week 17 stuff, I think I'd rather have the Warren side of it going again. But the Steelers tend to be a sieve toward the end of the season on defense against running backs because they get hurt up front.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you could see the case either way, working out for Pollard. I've got less Pollard, so I'm fine rolling the dice.
I like the about Gibbs is that slightly better just because it's Pollard, and I've got a little more faith in
worse,
Pollard,
man.
But
offensive line should be way worse, and the offense in general should probably be worse than Aaron Rodgers led Steelers. But I could see him being comparable for sure.
I don't know. I see a situation.
22nd and 25th offense.
I see about 10 situations in which Cam Ward outplays Aaron Rodgers straight up. But I'll get into that when we talk about quarterback.
And if we get the Tajay Spears injuries continuing and Nick Singleton from Penn State doesn't step in meaningfully behind these guys, Pollard's just slated for another workhorse season. So there's a reason we still took him. It's just like we're talking about. You're not really excited about either of these names. It's more of just needed projectable volume when you need a secondary running back and you've lost on a spot.
To take this guy, you don't feel too badly about him. There's no red flags, glaring red flags.
Yep.
It's all just decent work. And when you get into these ranges of drafts, unless you know the exciting guys you want to take, you're okay with just drafting decent, solid, consistent production.
Yeah. To that. All right, coming up on the clock here again, we got a 1-2-4. We feel great about
T-Law. if we get him.
I don't know if we need a second quarterback yet. I think we probably need depth at running back with a Mason or a
You
receiver.
think
I like
that
Crosby
Jalen
Merritt.
Hurts will have 17 weeks of solid production.
I think that his floor is like 17, 18 points, half
Every
PPR.
single week.
I don't think his ceiling's anywhere close to Lawrence. But then again, why wouldn't we have just waited for Lawrence? Like we took it. Okay, here I want
because I think
Crosby
Jalen
Merritt.
Hurts is going to have
here I
enough
want
top
Mason.
games to justify his ADP.
I'm gonna go Lawrence just because I don't draft with you all the time. So we'll take who you want so we can get that different. But my vote there would have been Mason or Crosby Merritt if he had fallen to us. But he went.
I do not want Jordan Mason over Trevor Lawrence. Ever.
On a team where we already have Jalen Hurts, I disagree. But
we also already have Jameer Gibbs and Tony Pollard.
Dribbling goes at 97.
Jordan Mason basically every single week.
Back on the clock here, 10 seconds.
I don't know. It's got to be the ceiling play here, Laporta.
Okay. Yeah, we can go Laporta. He had a hip injury recently. I think he came back. He's got to come back. Says he wouldn't commit to week 1. I'm a little more nervous, but we already went Detroit heavily here, so I'm good with it.
Well, we just drafted a nice one at the back end of the draft, and we bank on Laporta's production towards the middle end of the season.
I don't think he's going to be actually that hurt, and considering the other options on this
team. It's a hip injury, though, so it could be bad, but I mean, it could also be nothing. So
he had a hernia thing on the offseason too. I've been out on Laporta this season in general, just because there's just been too many injury, too much injury news.
Yeah, we absolutely need to draft a tight end too.
And the other thing is the tight ends around him, I like kind of better. Like Tucker Kraft, I like way better. I think Tucker Kraft's the top like 3 to 5 positional player, but you get him, way back there. Kyle Pitts, I also like a little better than Laporta, but I like the Lions offense way better. This whole situation way better, right, than Atlanta. This 2-2-4-1 team's kind of interesting. Got absolute ceiling at quarterback. We're kind of done the rest of the draft in 18 round. We don't need another QB. Gibbs at the top. We locked down a running back spot of the entire contest. So that means we're just searching for reliable ceilings at RB2. We need just good contributors. And then receiver, a lot of potential ceiling here. If Evans stays healthy, Olave, we're betting on having a peak season of his career. This is the best quarterback situation he's going to have had, except for the Derek Carr when Derek Carr was healthy. And Kubiak was there. That was pretty fucking awesome.
That's a real sad narrative, man. If Tyler Shaw is the best quarterback situation you've ever had in your career.
Yeah, but I mean, Kellen Moore, and I think it's going to work out for him this year. So
we'll see how it works. I don't know. I don't believe in Tyler Shaw that much, and I'm not a fan of Kellen Moore as a play caller. I don't believe in him. I don't know why everybody else does. But I watched firsthand how he took a great offense in Dallas and turned it into a very middle-tier offense. And it made me mad. Because the moment he left, guess what happened? We got great again.
I thought we were really good with him as a OC.
No,
I was happy
we were running 32 quick screams a game, and it was driving me fucking crazy because we don't have receivers who can block or break tackles like that. So what the fuck were we doing?
I thought he was good with the Eagles, and I saw good things out of the Saints last year.
He was shit with the Eagles. He was lucky he had the tush push. Because now you have 4 downs to get whatever the fuck you want. But you don't have to take third down as the last down. You could we just need third down to get to 4th and 1 or 4th and 2.
But who's pioneering those thoughts too, right? Like he's part of that movement of getting coaches to see that you need to use
who's pioneering the thoughts is the guy who saw Jalen Hurts squat 600 pounds and said, hey, we should just give that guy the ball.
On 4th and 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he squats 600 pounds and the guy behind him can power clean like 500. We should have these guys one push the other into the end zone.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
2-2-4-1. We're about to be back here on the clock.
What a revolutionary thought. That's called a rugby scrum, dog. We did that in college together, you and me.
Back here on the clock, I like Chris Rodriguez the best from our available options. I'm also okay with Rachaad White, though the injury news is kind of worrying. But who Who do you got
Maybe
here?
some Zay Worthy.
Yeah, I'm fine with Worthy here too. We're a little thinner at running back, so I want Chris Rodriguez's 10 touchdowns this year. He's listed as the co-starter.
Well, if he's there on the turn, get him.
Yeah, I'm hammering him. I think anytime you're past 110 and you're like 3 running backs, you need a fourth.
Don't hammer him, he'll get hurt.
He's gonna hammer other people for us.
There you go.
He'll do the hammering.
He'll be the hammer.
This guy's 2251.
He
He
is
might
a
take.
hammer.
He went Jones. So we got Rodriguez.
He went Aaron Jones. Eesh.
Yeah, I'm out on him. I'm out on Jones this year, as much as I love him.
Unless, like, if he plays the Cowboys, I want him for that week, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like 500 yards and 42 touchdowns or whatever the fuck.
Do the Vikings play us this year? I don't think we have the North.
Dickhead Aaron Jones, piece of shit. Why didn't he sign with Dallas? He loves playing at AT&T so goddamn much. Why didn't he fucking sign with us?
Dude, I would love to have veteran Aaron Jones. He's a perfect fit for our team. Like a pass catching complement to Javonte.
Yes, it would be exactly what we need. And we wouldn't have to roll the dice on goddamn Jaden Blue.
Jaden Blue.
I'm actually excited about, like, to be fair.
I'm excited about too. He's catching bad steam in camp right now. Like he got injured in a joint practice against, I think, the Jets, the Saints. So his shoulder got busted up. Now they're talking about him not making the team. Like they might cut him from injury concerns. Whereas I've been drafting him like he's been the number 2 since about June. I do have some earlier teams in that with Malik Davis, which I feel better about now. But
that wasn't the impression I got while I was watching the preseason game today.
How many touches did he get?
Well, because to be fair, it was on in the background. I wasn't sitting there actively watching the preseason game. Okay. I will watch more in depth later.
I tend to just watch the first series to see what the scripted plays are and stuff.
They were talking about essentially they were talking about the running back situation, how Javonte has RB1 locked up completely. Yeah. And how if they were to make a trade, it would be for running back. But that they did still believe in Malik Davis and that they were still giving Jaden Blue all of the opportunities.
15 carries for Jaden Blue today. So that's whatever shoulder problem he had, he's working through it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't the impression I got at all because it was every time I did look at the screen, it was Jaden Blue on the field.
5 a carry and his longest rush is 15 yards. It's a team high rush. Along with Phil Maffa, who had a 1 rush for 15 yards, it looks like.
There were people, and by people, I mean Isaiah Stanback specifically and his counterpart analysis, who seemed excited about the running backs not named Jaden Blue or Malik Davis.
Yeah, Phil Maffa gets a lot of steam. He's a bigger body. Israel Abonaconda is a name from the Jets. He was kind of exciting as a backup, had a couple flashes in his limited start opportunities. And Malik Davis, we know, is just like a workhorse who's got if he goes out there, he's your 20 touchback, who's going to be decent enough. I think like 4 carry you can probably bank on. I like Jaden Blue's explosiveness the best, though, here. Hey, we're coming up.
If you're going to pick a Cowboys handcuff, I do recommend Jaden Blue right now.
He's going to like 170, 180. He's a lot harder to stomach instead of the 200 price we were paying before. But yeah. Hey, coming up 2, 3, 5, 1. We're on the clock. Got about 15 seconds left. Do we want to get Tank Bigsby, Marshawn Lloyd? It's coming up. Jalen McMillan's a good pick here. I like Jacoby Lane.
Just pick one of them.
Okay, let's get some more running back depth with Bigsby. This is a name we've been on all offseason. We think he could help spell Saquon to have a standalone role this year. We also the obvious upside there at contingency if Saquon goes down. We're also drafting an Eagle stack, so he really fits this team pretty nicely. Though we are paying a pretty steep cost for him at 140 for not having a true role. Now we're back on the clock. 2, 4, 5, 1. I'd feel good with another tight end here, maybe Henry. If not, our receivers. We got Dontavian Wicks. He fits our Eagle stack. Second receiver.
Yeah, that'll work.
We're out of time. I queued up Wicks here just because he completes Eagle stack, and we like receiver kind of sucks at the 20 picks after this. So
that's fun.
Yeah, the volume really thins out. That we have a chance of Illinois.
In all honesty, there are tight ends that I like better, like Hawkinson.
You like Hawkinson this year, and you hate Murray.
I don't like Hunter Henry.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just there are tight ends that I like better than Hunter Henry. Later.
Henry's going to have 8 touchdowns this year. Maybe not a bunch of yards with it, but he just does every year. He just does it every year. He did it with the Chargers.
To use your absolute favorite saying of all time that you've always used and will forever use, he's another year older and another step slower.
His rookie's getting a lot of buzz. The rookie they drafted behind him,
Reardon. Even Hunter Henry at his peak was like, I might take him.
Hunter Henry, the Chargers looked like he might be fucking Antonio Gates. Like those early years,
flashes, but you're not going to tell me that you actually thought that he was going to be that, though.
He got didn't he have like an ACL tear? We got a new comment. Hey, what's up, Street Law Shorts?
Would you rather have in a trade Egbuka and Chase Brown or James Cook and T. Higgins?
Half point or full PPR, but I think I have an answer besides that.
That's always going to be Troy's go-to question is half point or full point PPR. So if you guys do have questions, that'll be the better clarification point.
I think in this case, my answer might be the same either way. Who do you have?
I think it's going to be the same either way, but I'd rather have Egbuka and Chase Brown.
Oh, I go Cook Higgins. Okay, why do you go Egbuka, Chase Brown?
Honestly, I think if all works out well, the problem is the variables for T. Higgins are a lot.
Yeah,
if Joe Burrow gets hurt, he's fucked. Like
full
his
PPR,
whole production.
Street says.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm still gonna go Egbuka and Chase Brown.
Full PPR is a lot
and
better.
On that, in that exact same vein, too, if Joe Burrow gets hurt, Chase Brown now gets fed 1 million touches a game.
So Chase Brown was going to have that volume regardless, right? So to bolster your side of things, Egbuka, Chase Brown, especially full PPR, easily the targets could match James Cook, T. Higgins. Chase Brown will catch more passes than James Cook a game. We know this. Will he score as many touchdowns? Probably not. T. Higgins, will he be out caught by Egbuka? Yeah, probably. Egbuka, if he's healthy, it's going to be an 8 to 10 catch a game. T. Higgins 6 to 8, right? So you could see more targets and touchdowns.
But you do also have the same variable in Tampa Bay at the quarterback position. Baker does get hurt quite often.
Goo, you and I are on the clock real quick. You want me to lock up Flanoy here as a 7th receiver?
Yeah, hit him.
Okay. Now we're coming. Let's knock out our next pick real quick, and we'll focus back on the Egbuka Chase Brown discussion. Coming back up, we're 2-4-7-1. You want to get more running back depth here? I don't know who to take from these guys. We can go tight end for sure.
2-4-7-1.
I like AJ Barner the best from these guys. Let's look at the tight ends. AJ Barner to me is going to have 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. No, I don't think any of these other guys can say that.
Sure.
He's got Elijah Arroyo's competition. Darnold only throws to JSN and Barner on this offense. So,
that might look a little different. We don't know how the running back position with Jadarian Price is going to shake out.
He'll catch a few targets a game, but he's not going to replace what AJ Barner is in the offense.
I don't think he'll. I don't think he's going to overtake what a tight end does. I think it'll
won't impact the targets.
What a tight end does. But the other thing is just how many offensive plays is Seattle going to run. It'll be a lot of short fields because the defense is so good.
Let's look at that analysis compared to the tight ends around him, like Gunnar Helmer, tight ends.
Hang on.
We
got Barner. We're good. We're set up.
Okay.
Going back to this Egbuka, Chase Brown, James Cook, T. Higgins. I'm locked in on Egbuka and Chase Brown, even though the variables are still the same. Egbuka's it's wide receiver 1 versus wide receiver 2 in their offenses, and running back for 1 versus running back 1. So if all goes right, and you're betting that all is going to go right anyway, because that's what we do in fantasy, Egbuka and Chase Brown to me have the higher upside, specifically because you're getting wide receiver 1 in a pretty competent offense and running back 1 in a fantastic offense versus running back 1 in a
great
good offense.
Elite offense.
You think elite offense in Buffalo
James
this
Cook
year?
had 12 rushing touchdowns last year, dude, and he didn't catch
Well,
any
James
passes.
Cook himself is elite. I just don't know if the Bills'
No,
offense is elite.
a
I don't
elite
know.
offense. They're going to score 20 a game. You don't know about the Bucks with that every week.
That's 3 times across the goal line a game. That's not impressive. I don't know.
Even with a backup quarterback, they're still moving. There's a lot of talent and depth on that team. The offensive line, the average size like 360 pounds or something.
I'm not sold on Buffalo, and it's because again, I don't believe in the offense as a whole. I don't. Josh Allen, I do believe in. James Cook, I do believe in, but everybody else is a wild card. Oh well, Kincaid, but yeah, all wild cards.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at. Is there's solidified production for sure both ways. You're not missing out on that. But I'm betting on the situations being better in Tampa Bay and Cincinnati for the receiver. And this is hard to work around. I'm betting on the running back situation in Cincinnati being better than the running back situation in Buffalo. And I'm betting on the receiver situation in Tampa Bay to be better than the receiver situation or the wide receiver 1 situation in Tampa Bay to be better than the wide receiver 2 situation in Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, fair. If Egbuka had no injury history, I think
I said that right.
Slam dunk Egbuka, Chase Brown, I think.
But then it's like there's
your argument
convincing
though. I think you're right. I switch sides on this for sure.
It's literal obvious glaring issues on both sides. The quarterback position is just messy. We don't know if Baker and Joe are going to stay healthy, and we do know that Josh Allen is. And if Baker and Joe go down, what does that look like for Egbuka? Probably a big dip in production. And if Joe goes down, what does that look like for Chase Brown? Probably a bit of a spike. And then what does it look like for T. Higgins? A huge dip. So the only constant.
Well, they did lock up Flacco, right?
Sure, but it's still Joe Flacco.
80%.
The only constant here is James Cook and Josh Allen, who aren't going to be missing time against these, or like who really aren't going to be missing time, or at least their trend at this point is that they don't. Yeah.
Back on the clock here. Think we need a running back. It's a 2-4-7-2. You want to get Ray Davis and lock up the backup to Cook. You want to get Sean Tucker, Kamani Vidal.
I'd rather have Ray Charles than Ray Davis. Get Sean Tucker.
All right, perfect. Rather have Ray. I like Ray Davis a lot because he gets to play the Dolphins in Week 17. I could totally see that working out.
Sure, great.
All right. But we'll probably get a quarterback 2-5-7.
Ray Charles will improve team morale.
It's true. Yeah.
Music for everybody.
Do you want to get a third tight end here? Probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? Like.
I like Waller the best from these names. Who do you like the best from these names?
Freiermuth.
All right, we'll go Freiermuth. Unless he's hurt. No, he's good.
I don't really know. Hang on. Don't draft him.
It's already too late.
No. Cade Otton's
we took Otton last draft anyways. I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm intrigued by Gunnar Helm, but it's intrigued. I'm not excited. I am tickled. I am tickled because I am a huge fan of Cam Ward. I'm such a big fan of what Tennessee's doing this year. I think that they're going to put some.
How many pass attempts a game? How many pass attempts a game for Ward?
72, bro. Stop asking me this question. Stop asking me this fucking question. It's enough. It's enough for everybody that we want.
It's not going to be enough for Cardinal Tate. And fucking no, man.
It's enough for at least 3 receivers to eat well.
It's
enough for 3 pass catchers to eat well and for a bunch of other ones to feed their families, but they themselves will still be hungry.
I'm out. The last pick of this,
bro. You're gonna miss out on all that exposure. All that good all that yummy late round exposure that Tennessee does. Because nobody's drafting the Titans right now. Nobody's drafting the Titans.
Yeah, they're all free. Free 99.
It's free productivity, dude. And if they hit the way that I think they're gonna fucking hit, then this is literally we're winning drafts because we drafted Tennessee players.
You just need them to be average for where they're being drafted.
Yes, exactly.
Calvin Ridley at 190.
We're drafting
4
Cam
catches a
Ward
game and a
late
touchdown.
as fuck.
Yeah.
We're drafting Tony Pollard, or not? My bad, not Tony Pollard.
We have Tony Pollard, yeah, but Tony Pollard at 70.
Yeah, but I didn't mean
great value,
Tony
right?
Pollard. I did. I guess I did mean Tony Pollard actually.
Yeah, but half point
We're
PPR,
drafting
dude,
him
like pick 7, pick
at
80, we almost got him at.
Like at
Yeah.
pick 80, man.
75,
Like,
80.
we got him
Yeah.
at 74 this year. It's in this draft, but yeah, we're drafting him in the
On paper,
late 70s.
workhorse back, right? On
Dude,
paper, workhorse back.
But it's on paper. Tennessee looks nice, and it's not even just on paper. They're one of the
Their
only
offensive
teams that I'm
line does
watching
not
joint
look
practices of, and I'm watching like games of right now in the preseason. They actually look fine. I'm
Okay.
watching the joint practices all the way around the league, and they look messy. They look filthy. They look dirty. I don't like any of it, especially Dallas and New Orleans. That made me feel icky.
The Dallas Rams one was baller. Hey,
Dude, we made the Rams look like a bunch of bitches.
except for Terrence Ferguson who owned us.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's gonna happen against the Cowboys defense. It's just there's gonna be a couple players where we just can't contain them.
Explosive tight end will always eat us up.
It's because Caleb Downs is still kind of small. As good as he is at everything, he's still kind of tiny compared to
2573. We're on the clock. We got 10 seconds. Who do you want to take? We can get more running back depth with Vidal. We can add to receiver, add a tight end.
I don't have any strong feelings. Either draft Shador.
Where is he?
Find him. You have to find him.
Clock's up. I got another tight end.
We got Charlie Colster.
Kolar. So Kolar.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Kolar is the guy who's gonna have 6 touchdowns, 600 yards for the Chargers, and no one's drafting.
No, he's not. David Njoku is.
The Chargers came out in a 2 tight end set for a lot of their last preseason game with Njoku. Listen. Njoku and Kolar were both the starters at tight end. Kolar is the main run blocking tight end. They don't have anyone else on this team who's nearly as good at run blocking. This is Mike McDaniel team. So he's got to be out there for most of the snaps at tight end. This is the starter on the depth chart, listed as a number 1 tight end. Njoku's a number 2. And Oronde Gadsden, despite his rookie season showing flashes, has actually been practicing with the 3rd team. So he's out of the equation. This is Njoku and Kolar as the starting tight ends. Know who's Kolar? Kolar was he was a good pass catching tight end in college. He's just fucking elite at run blocking. And so he goes to the Ravens. He's a main run blocking complement to Andrews. Of course, they have Likely as well. So this is a team with super athletic, elite pass catching tight ends for when Andrews was elite. And of course, Likely was who Likely was. They're just shine better than Kolar, but Kolar he's what AJ Barner is for this team, right? He's another 6 touchdowns, 600 yards. He could easily just be a workhorse tight end catches. He's going to be what Will Disley was.
I'm so happy we're moving back to this well-rounded tight end era of football because the Travis Kelce, Jimmy Graham era pissed me the fuck off.
Now, here's what you're going to get excited about.
You need to learn how to fucking run block.
Charlie Kolar run block quotes. If you didn't hear this in the offseason, huh?
Run block quotes?
Yeah, here it is.
Quotes?
Get off my screen, Chargers Wire advertisements. Here it is. Read this shit. They know you're running it. Your wife knows you're running it. Their wife knows you're running it. You still run it. That is more satisfying than any touchdown I've ever had. That's one thing I've grown to appreciate in the NFL. He said, and there's a more risque quote here. He said something like run blocking makes him horny, for lack of a better term. Like he gets off on excellent run blocks and stuff. He's going to be fun, man.
On the roster and you get new jobs on new rosters.
What I'm trying to communicate here is that this guy has been emphatically the number 1 tight end in a Mike McDaniel system. He's got to be a red zone threat. He's got to get lots of opportunities. He's going to be on this field a lot. And he's going to be beating people's dick into the dirt and catching touchdowns.
Let's see what it looks like. I'm tired of believing in the Chargers to do anything.
I got a shitload of Njoku because he is a secondary starter. You take him at the same price. Nobody here, but on this team where we're not sure about Laporta's health and we have question marks at the rest of tight end, where we're satisfied with receiver ceiling production and the floor production for most of these guys. Though the injury questions for Evans and Worthy in particular are kind of worrying. And then at running back, we have our floor predictable, safe floor touchdowns, half point PPR bets with Rodriguez and Pollard, blue chip asset with Gibbs. We don't have to worry about that spot. So, between all these touchdown opportunities for the other four, we feel solid. And of course, the quarterback play is elite. So, I like the addition of this team. We really had a luxury pick. We could have gone an 8th receiver. We could have gone a 6th running back, but 4 tight ends in this format where we're chasing touchdowns, this dude's going to be in the red zone every time. I look at him as Will Disley's season for the Chargers like 2 years ago, where it was very much just quality run blocking, leading Tim being on the field, and with Herbo out there, he just distributes to the open man. Big body over the middle, and McDaniels is going to have that run team out there a lot. So Kolar's going to he's going to be playing like 90% of these snaps or something, man. Good opportunity for a 20th or 18th round pick. So,
well, if any of that comes to fruition, then we got a good one.
I see it.
We got a real good one.
It's just not necessary right on this team because the other 3 tight ends aren't that bad. I think we could have maybe gone with a receiver or something.
No, dude, I really like the receiver ceiling because, look, our 2 biggest issues are Mike Evans and Zay Worthy. But
it's not like any of these scrubs help us either, right? Like Judy, Booty.
And that's where I'm at. It's at the end of the draft, unless you know which receiver is going to take over from wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 1 this year.
Yeah.
We're throwing darts at a fucking board at the end of the draft.
Yeah, and those guys are already gone too. Those are Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell from Miami. Those 2 guys are could be the number 1 on their team. The rest of these guys, nobody can be the number 1 from the remaining names. Judy would be, but he's not with either of those 2 rookies. Booty, no way with AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs. Cubs past his prime. Hutchinson did have an opportunity open up. Jaden Higgins tore his ACL in practice this week. Jaden Higgins being the opposite receiver, the other X on the outside. So Collins his target share was never going to be impacted anyways. But it does mean that the other option
probably helps out Tank Dell a lot too.
No, it helps out is fucking Schultz. Schultz is
probably gonna have an insane season this year.
He's just gonna sit there getting drafted in the 15th round, make you a bunch of money again over and over.
I do really like the idea of drafting Schultz on a few more teams when we get around to him. But
so his issues has been rising in price because people realize what was going on. He was going at pick 180 and now he's going
what the hell was that? It's because the tight end position is so undervalued. They forget that guys like Dalton Schultz are actually valuable. Not just for a tight end. Like, he's actually just a valuable player to have on your fantasy roster. He's going to outperform a few wide receiver 2s.
All these tight ends back here are going to outperform all these wide receivers out here. It's that simple. Like, Kate Don's going to see 100 points. Every Parkinson scored 8 touchdowns last year, and he went undrafted. Look at the shit. Parkinson had 8 touchdowns last year. He went undrafted.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Auden had 80 targets last year. Went undrafted.
Judy, though, of course, the tight ends at this round, like at these stages, are going to be better than.
I'm just saying, people are taking this shit, but this guy took Bateman, who's literally charged with assault and with domestic of violence like this week.
He's charged with domestic violence? I
think so. So have you heard about the Ravens receiver situation?
Outside of Zay Flowers, it's a fucking travesty, dog.
I don't think so. There's B reporters are talking about USC's Jacoby Lane as the best receiving camp for a Raven in 20 years.
That's not saying much.
No, like what I'm communicating. Well,
like, who's the best? Dez Bryant for the last 3 years of his career. Like, the Ravens they're not known for receivers.
Understood, but what we're talking about here is a team that's sorely lacking explosive receiving production outside of Zay Flowers. They have Mark Andrews, who figures to be like the safety blanket red zone threat, but you can't see him, doing something with the ball. And they've only been talking about this guy, Jacoby Lane, as a weapon, as a red zone weapon specifically because he's like 6'4" and 240 or something.
Man, they can talk about what they want. USC receivers in the
Or
NFL
205.
suck.
I think this guy's going to be good, man. I think he's going to be really good. I think this is your Ravens secondary receiver. I think you're looking at like 8
I don't think that
touchdowns this
amounts
season.
to much because the Ravens receiving core historically has been very bad.
Half point PPR, like 18th round pick, 17th round pick. I think he's going to get like 5-6
Yeah, I'm
this year.
worth a look, especially in 12-team leagues, or if God forbid you're in a 14-team league. Yeah, absolutely pick him up. But if
He's
you're
already
in a 10-team
scored in the
league, there's
preseason too.
Yeah, if you're in a 10-team league, there's no room on the roster for Jacoby Lane.
Yeah,
There's
no,
barely
like you're
room
not
on the
drafting a
roster for Zay
redraft.
Flowers.
You're not
In a
picking him in a
10-team
redraft. Yeah.
in a 10-team redraft, there's barely any room for Zay Flowers on your team. You don't want Jacoby Lane.
So it's been a couple hours. Do you want to do another draft? Do you want to get out of here? We're gonna be ready for bed pretty soon, I think.
No, yeah, we should call it on tonight's draft.
Okay. I'll rename these teams so we can keep track when we win 2 mil.
Just
But,
name them
yeah.
anything related to the stream or the podcast. That's how I did it. Like when I drafted my my solo, like on my solo episode, those teams are just given stream or podcast related names.
I'm
A few of them are called
the
the stream team, actually.
stream team. You heard of the
Yeah,
Dream
exactly.
Team?
Like for that reason, exactly. Like people, dudes in the draft were probably just like, this dude's streaming. How fucking lame. And
You
it
heard of
was,
the Dream
but it
Team.
was cool at the same time too.
All right, let's rename these teams. How do I rename them? Need to go
This
to
dude's
complete.
name is Hawkensock. What are we doing here?
Underdog changed their badges recently. So these badges signify how many different drafts you've done.
They're blasting you for your addictions.
So what it is, it's not blasting, it's their badges, right? They're meant supposed to be proud. But what it really is,
Yeah. They're
the
supposed to be
real
proud.
thing is funny.
But
The real thing is
Any
funnier.
real objective human being, you're being shamed.
The real thing is funnier. The real reason they have to do this is because legally you have to, if you're entering a contest against other people, they were told that they have to specify the experience level.
Okay.
Of
Yeah,
the
that makes
competition.
a lot of sense. No,
So
I'm-
DraftKings
I'm
does
a lot-
this by like
they're not shaming you. Now it's like
they're
you know
warning
what
you.
you're playing.
They're warning you.
Yeah, yeah, it's a threat.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
You're like the hero. I do 10 drafts a day, motherfucker.
I haven't drafted since January.
I do 10 ESPN redrafts a day under different aliases and social
That's
security.
sick shit. If you're signing up for multiple mock ESPN drafts, even more than one. If you do more than one, you got a fucking
If you
problem.
do more than 5 mock drafts total,
If you do more than one, dude, you need more than one ESPN mock. I
5
just need to
in
see where
your life. If you
ADP
do
is.
5 mock drafts total
In
in
your
your
life.
life, you just stop mock drafting.
I'm
Just
cool
draft.
with one a year.
Just
I'm cool with
draft.
one a year just to see where
Just-
people go.
Just draft. Like you can burn a team, is what I'm saying. Like you don't. Mock drafts are fucking dumb. Like there's no payoff. There's no payoff.
Hey, you know what might be fun real quick is let's look at some of our older teams.
Oh, to see how
Yeah, see how we feel about them now
we
that it's
are
been
now.
a little bit.
to see
Yeah.
how fucked we are now, especially on the teams where we drafted Jordan Tyson.
What do? We did some best ball manias together.
While
we
you're
did a lot of
grabbing
drafting.
onto that, I am going to see a man about a horse.
Nice. Yeah, I just found our first one.
But yeah, I'll be back in like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
All right, heard. Okay, so now that Goose finally gone, we can reveal all of the secret photos of SpongeBob at the Christmas party by pulling the secret string, which reveals a secret compartment. Let's see. How do we fill some dead space? Well, I did pull up the old team. We can take a look at what some of the ADP was back then. What did I name this? That was strange. Internet just cut out for a second. On my end, looks like we're good. So Goo and I drafted this team back in June 25th of last year. We're going to rehash this whole thing with him, but I do want to point out some of the names and the prices that we've seen change and adjust since. All the quarterbacks tend to go about where they go. Cam Ward has fallen quite a bit since then. It is that people are worried about the offensive line. They're worried about the Tennessee Titans situation overall. Travis Etienne, his ADP is 29. It was actually higher than where I think it should be now, because where it's going now is like 3-4 turn. This was solid third round, early third round as well. Now that Kamara is injured, like officially injured, I think this is where he should go again, but we actually took him this early the first time around. It's pretty fun. Jonathan Taylor, we noticed this is over CMC. So we were scared of CMC then. We just took the reliable Taylor instead. But, maybe in hindsight, both of these guys are injured. I found our first team that from Best Ball Mania. This was on June 25th. We called it QAnon. I called it QAnon receiver because this was the team that we took all of the upside receiver shots that we didn't know. And I do see, like, rest in peace, Chris Brazzell on here. But the rest of these names kind of aged okay, right? Ted Hurst, Trey Tucker, Chris Godwin we took today, Marvin Harrison, Luther Burden, a ton of upside for, and of course Nico Collins gets a lot of steam now. The running back room, we were ahead on Etienne's ascension. This was actually earlier. I was pointing out this is earlier than where he goes today, and the situation's a lot more concrete today with Kamara's injury. We actually know he's going to get the pass, all the passing at the goal line, all of it. Tight ends, I like a lot. Gunnar Helm, in hindsight, not as bullish on, but this room's solid.
I'm excited about Gunnar Helm, but I believe in the Titans.
Yeah, we got Cam Ward on this team with
I remember the Titans. You forget them. That's why you got no respect.
This is our June team, so yeah, like receiver could have all the upside if it hits, it hits. I do like here's our April 29th team. Caleb, Dak, Tua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love. Hey, here's that Pollard guy again. Check out this price on Bigsby. Today we took him at 145. We were nailing him back at 170 back in the day. Here's another Devonta team, but we took Waddle with him and we got more. So three of the number ones, right? All the volume here. Shakir's aging well, though he's been hurt and somewhat in camp. But if DJ Moore gets injured at all, he's right back to what he was last year. Travis Hunter, not so thrilled about, but hey, look at this Flanoy price, 191, baby. And Tank Dell, his practice reports are. He's basically practicing every other day and resting every other day, which is not looking good. He was always if he's healthy, he's got to score a lot of points bet. So we're not relying on him with this team by any means. But when we also have someone like Hunter here, that means we need the rest of these guys to be who we think they are. And if they are, then we're in good shape. But if not, that's where this team's going to fail us.
Yeah, we're straight fucked if they're not.
Now, tight ends, very, very strong room. I think Andrews plus two weaker guys is okay this year. So a Laporta Andrews team should be enough, provided Laporta is healthy and stuff. But yeah, man, I like this team.
So overall, it looks like, to this point in time, there really hasn't been enough given to us for our opinions to change all that much. The ADP on a lot of these players is moving specifically towards the back end of drafts. It seems like these guys like Bigsby, Flanoy, they're being taken. Yeah, exactly. Being taken like 20 picks earlier than they were at the beginning of the offseason.
Yep.
or at least when we first started drafting back in.
Illinois going like 168 now or something, so
Yeah,
30 picks
that's-
almost. Yeah.
That's crazy how much the needle on Flournoy has moved.
We did it. We did it. We
That
came
was
here
us.
with a message. We are the
That was
prophet.
us. This entire podcast has been to get that guy's name out there, and now that we've succeeded, that was the last episode. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna
Sure.
find our eliminator team here real quick. We can look at that one together.
But yeah, it's like I mean, to this point in time, there's just not enough given to us. Like we won't be able to know we were wrong on a lot of these guys until the season's about like week 5 through. You know what I mean?
Dude, our eliminator team fucking sucks.
Is it bad?
We're gonna get eliminated. Well, you're gonna like it. So no, I'm just kidding. It's good. It could work out. It's I remember drafting this and like it had all the question marks, but you could totally see it working. So here it is. This was July 16th.
Well, we've got like the number 9 quarterback and the possibly number 1.
Number 1. Yeah. I think these are like 2 top 5 quarterbacks every week. And we have this shit for the bye week coverage.
Okay with going with Shedeur on the back end because
he was our last pick.
We needed a third pick.
Yeah, so eliminator formats, you want the third unique positions, the third onesie, because once the bye week goes and if someone else gets hurt, then you're of course taking a 0. So this allows us some depth, like to survive.
It just ensures almost essentially ensures a no 0 production from the position,
which you cannot take 0s in this format, and that is why this team is kind of suspect, right? So we got this Henry Walker like elite running backs. I think these were our first 2 picks, so we just all the testosterone here. Manungai, though, with this lower body injury in the first half of the season, he may not be ready to go right away. That's fine. We'll ride the backs of here. But these 2 guys, like Kamara's out for the first month of the season, I think. So with that week 5 bye for Walker, that means we're relying on Spears and Manungai to get us through, assuming Henry doesn't just have like 40 points outright, whoever they play week 5. Receivers are a lot more robust. They're pretty cool room, except these bets here like toward the end.
We took some flyers on Cooper and Denzel, but look, let's be honest.
Boston worked out. Boston's going at 140 now.
These can both work out really well.
Cooper, I think I'm out on, man.
It's a lot. It's a lot to ask of him, but he is a high draft pick in an offense that's clearly trying to move forward. Trying to do some good things. I want to call it a revamp at the quarterback position, but they just brought back their old guy who has looked better, to be fair, since leaving them.
Gino had a bad run out too. I'm convinced Gino's a lot better than what he showed last year. That offense with Pete Carroll and fucking Chip Kelly was a joke.
They were awful in Vegas last year. I'm not holding any of the players accountable for anything that happened. The coaching staff was awful. There was no offensive line. Outside of Max Crosby, there was nobody on defense.
You know about the offensive line situation, the offensive line coach? You know who that was? No. This Pete Carroll's kid.
His kid.
They hired him as a Nepo hire. He's a Nepo baby hire, and he fucking sucked. So, it was like no surprise. Plus, they did have those injuries to it.
Oh, dude, the players were bad.
The players were bad, and they had bad coaching.
It could have been the best offense. They could have had Coach Jones. They wouldn't have done shit.
Coach Jones is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. They could have had Coach Jones, and they wouldn't have done nothing.
They could have had the best coach of all time.
They could have had the best offensive line coach you and I have ever had.
That's obviously.
And they wouldn't have done nothing. Actually, shit, dude, Revelis was good. The coach I had my junior and senior year, he's a good fucking coach. But I definitely, like Coronado as a whole, missed Coach Jones those last 2 years of my high school time.
Yeah, there's no way he was staying under an Anderson regime, though.
They should have gave him the head coaching job. But
it would have been, yeah.
The players backed Big Bob, so they promoted Big Bob.
This receiver room looks pretty awesome outside the Omar Cooper bet. I mean, even Boston worked out like in terms of ADP closing line value. He is the talk of their camp outside of just Concepcion's explosiveness. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. in an eliminator, dude, these are what you want because we have production at the top, and we were just having this conversation.
It's this
with
bye week
Luka and T. Higgins.
It's this week 6 bye that I like. So if we look at that week, we're gonna run on Ibuka. He's locked down the spot. We're assuming the volume is there for Cardinal Tate, but it's half point PPR, so maybe
and Shaheed and Cooper and
we are
Boston.
relying on Shaheed to hit the spike.
Yeah,
and we're relying on the touchdown from Boston to get.
We've got 5 dudes rolling out.
Yeah,
3 of them could produce, and we only really need 2 of them to. And if
it's
one
week
of them
6, I'm most worried about. Week 6 and week 5, like because losing Walker on the team
missing our best quarterback. We're not missing week 6. We're fine. Week 5, it seems like we're only missing Kenny.
It's just going to take a blue chip asset at receiver with 2 not bad running backs to beat us week 6. But
we have those in our pocket though too. Like we have not bad running backs, and we have a blue chip at receiver, assuming everybody's healthy.
We don't have any blue chips at receiver on this team. There's not a single name here that I'm sure.
Assuming everybody's healthy, Ibuka and T. Higgins are both that.
I think
assuming health across the board, they are both blue chip players.
Assuming
the fact that T. Higgins is wide receiver 2 on his own team doesn't say shit. He's behind Jamar Chase.
Half point PPR.
Every other receiver in the league would be behind.
Half point PPR. I think you could draw T, like assuming Burrow's healthy, all that kind of stuff, right? Everybody's healthy. He like 14 points a game, but he doesn't score every game. So that's an average. And so for the eliminator, that spike week is less valuable than week in, week out production. I think the only one who qualifies here for that is Ibuka, because J-Mo can't even say that. He gets his zeros sometimes. Shaheed is the definition of spike week player. And this Boston guy, I think he's going to be like reliable volume and maybe a goal line threat, but this is Cleveland. They're not going to be in the red zone. Yeah. And what is 5 for 50 mean in half point PPR? Jack shit. So that's why I'm worried about week 6.
We're not even betting on ceilings for these guys, though. We're betting on them to just be good.
You need good eliminator. You need very, very good will beat ceiling as long as you get it every week and reliably. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like we don't even need any of these guys to be ceiling plays. We just need them to be who they are.
Yeah.
And we made solid bets because Lawrence and Goff are usually who they are. So is Derrick Henry. So is Kenny Walker.
We like this Lawrence guy a lot, huh? We always take him.
I like Trevor Lawrence a lot.
Good,
I was kind of out on Trevor Lawrence when he first came into the NFL because I thought he was too skinny, but he addressed that pretty quickly.
He's a large human being.
Now
he's a big fucking dude. He was tall. He's always athletic and huge.
Well, he's always been tall and athletic, but he was never big. He was just tall. He was like a basketball player playing football.
Yeah, he was lanky.
And now he's a football player playing football.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, he's got a great coach, good offense. I'm excited about the Jaguars are going to be this year, but hey,
there's a lot this year. There's a lot. Well, the South as a whole is an exciting division, dude. Tennessee took a step forward. Indianapolis, assuming Danny Dimes is healthy, took a step forward. Jacksonville, depending on how you feel about him, took 2 steps forward.
Tennessee is going to be like this stingy 5-win team that everyone wants to be better on offense, but irreconcilably just leans into the run game and a solid.
You're so wrong about Tennessee. It makes me legitimately mad. The reaction I have is almost visceral. Like something in my stomach turns when you talk about the Titans.
It'll be look, every team I've pulled up has a fucking Titans running back, so I clearly don't believe myself with this. Like, and we
that's what I'm saying. I don't know where the rhetoric's even coming from.
We always get Cardinal Tate. It's just not even on paper. That's why we're just getting these guys. But I think my exposures overall, I'm very low on the Titans this year. I'm just worried about the situation, man. And with Robert Saleh as head coach, I could just see him clamming up.
Absolutely stuff to be upset about.
I think they'd rather give the ball to Jeffrey Simmons than to like Cam Ward sometimes. Like
you're just so wrong about this team.
I'm just worried. Prices are good for best ball, though. Prices are very good, and the opportunity prices is unmatched for best ball.
I don't know. I'm taking him in redraft everywhere too, man. I love I love me some Tennessee Titans this year. And this again, it might be a situation I
Where
have to
does
eat
Carnell
crow
Tate
on.
go
The offensive
in
line's still
redraft?
wild.
Do you know where Carnell Tate goes? Like sixth round or something, seventh round?
No, it's something like 10th or 11th round. Like he's
Thank
later
God.
on in the
Okay.
draft. Like
Yeah.
you're not spending big on any of these guys. Like
On the 4th overall pick, that's great. In a format that you could drop him if he sucks, that's great.
well, I
But in
think it's
best
because
ball,
people
man,
don't know who
sixth
the
round.
fuck Carnell Tate is, though.
So for redraft, do you think that's a good value? You must think that's a great value because we
Oh,
take
dude,
him
it's
in the
phenomenal
sixth in
value.
best
You
ball.
get Carnell Tate past the 5th round. I think it's great value. Carnell Tate's going to have a great season.
What's great to you here? 1,000 yards, like 80 catches, and
Over
6
1,000
touchdowns.
for sure. Yeah, it's over 1,000. He's probably going to have 8 to 10 touchdowns.
8 to 10 touchdowns, and how many catches?
Oh man, I don't know. Catches are weird.
Like 80, 100.
I don't know. We're in a 17 game season.
Yeah, assuming health, all that stuff.
It doesn't go into there, but it does go into there. I don't know. Give me like 90 catches.
That's crazy. I just think I think because Dayball brought his guys with him, I think there's just gonna be too much distribution, and
No,
rookies always start slow.
because we know who those guys are. He brought those guys with him because he knows them. He's not expecting anything other than Wan'Dale Robinson to be Wan'Dale Robinson. He's not going to give
Wan'Dale
him
had like
more.
130 targets last year or something.
130 targets is fine.
And
That's
downfield ones, not just line of scrimmage shit.
Yes,
like actual receiver usage.
That's not going to dip into a receiver that they drafted in the top 5.
Well, for the sake of the teams we drafted today, I hope you're right.
It's just when you spend that draft capital on a guy, if you don't use him, you fucked up. And this isn't an Arizona situation where they don't have the quarterback to get the ball to Marvin Harrison. This is a Tennessee situation where they got their guy. Like Cam Ward is the guy. He's going to be that for a long time. So now it's just a matter of, did we get our guy at receiver? The only way to find out is to feed him the ball as often as possible. And their joint practice videos, their fucking training camp, like it might just be propaganda coming out of Tennessee, but all of it looks good.
I'm legit worried about the offensive line reports. They're being ranked as the worst offensive line in football. Ward really hasn't. No, you've been watching these games, but everything I've seen, Ward has not looked good in the preseason. You're saying with your own eyes, you've seen him like perform like
it's in the practice and training camp videos. It's actually in the work. It's in the work that I'm seeing this being done.
Gotcha. I was trying to find if we had any more teams together. I can't see if we do. So
we have quite a few teams together. It's just a matter of whether or not you'll be able to identify every single one of them. We do almost at least one team.
The thing is, we have a lot of DraftKings teams. We don't have a lot of underdog, and I can't get into to DraftKings right now. So
yeah, because it's being dumb.
Yeah, it's really stupid. I think it's a VPN kind of messing with things.
More like dumb kings. Just kidding, DraftKings. We like you. Sponsor us.
I love DraftKings. Have you seen the week 1 prices yet?
No.
God, man, I can't wait. It's $5 milli maker, so of course we're gonna enter in a bunch of teams. We can do quite a few lineups together if you want.
10,000 teams.
I'm gonna draft a lot of teams. It's 150 max. It's a 150 max. So I'm not gonna do it that 1,000.
So I'll be doing 150 teams.
The thing is too, if you max their flagship tournament, which I'm pretty close to, I might. Then you get a $375 credit, which is exactly half of the Millie Maker max entry. So you don't even have to pay for the full half, right? So that'd be great. And last year I did pretty well. Last year I just maxed the first week of the millie because of the $5 entry, and I got most of that money back, which I'll take for a tournament.
So if you hear yourself and you start to sound like Troy in the mirror or in your own
Call
head,
1-800-GAMBLER.
I advise you to call the hotline. That being said, Troy, let's keep going. Let's keep setting lineups.
So I don't have other hobbies. This is what I spend my time
So
on.
that's the only reason I'm not tripping out about this is because you don't like this is it. Like
I'm not buying
going
Marvel Tops cards here.
If you had a bunch of other things going on, and that's the other thing too, is there is a return on this if you're not shit at it.
Yes.
And we have proven to be not shit at this. So there is a return on it.
The only problem is the only real problem is like the sample size here. I've succeeded in some big prizes, and I've had some stuff fall through. Like last year, DJ Moore getting a cold legit cost me like 20 grand, because where I finished in the pit bowl, I was like 6 points away from a fucking like $20,000 finish or $25,000 finish, and him just being sick and getting me a 0 at that spot. Like in a game that he could have easily crushed because all the other receiving options were out. It was like week 17 last year, and I even had Caleb Williams. I had the stack, and Caleb went off. It was perfect. It was Bears Commanders. Like it couldn't have been any better of a matchup, and him getting that cold. Like so, but 2 years ago, like in the King of the Desert stuff, two top 10 finishes, 2 top 6 finishes in that. 1 hit for $8,000, 1 hit for 6 in the same tournament of 130,000 entrants. And then just to run it again back with the pit bull. Now, not all of my shit succeeding, but my advance rate is well above average. I look at professionals. Their advance rate is 12.5% is on average. If you do 150 team max and it's 12 team draft. So Eliminator, I had 40 out of my 150 teams get through. So it's well above the advance rate of 25 teams. And then all Best Ball Mania, DraftKings, I give myself chances. It's just my overall point with this is that if you play the volume that I play, great players look the same as bad players, and it takes like 5 or 6 years for the great players to get their big hit. In Best Ball Mania, for example, the Underdog's flagship $2 million tournament, mathematically, you only make the finals 1 out of every 8 years. If you were to spend $3,750 every year entering this tournament max, and you only make the finals once out of every 8 years, but top 100 prizes all clear like multiple tens of thousands of dollars, with the top 10 and like above $100,000. First and second place are $1 million. Like first is 2 mil, second is 1 mil. So when you're good at best ball, when you're really good at it, you make enough money because you've hit the ceiling once every like 5 years, which is just too long of a delay for no guarantee to do this with any kind of volume seriously, unless you're in it. You can always get lucky.
Yeah, of course.
Fun. But it's
gambling for a reason.
And it's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, then you got to fucking stop. Like if you're compromising your family's financial situation.
You're starting to stress out about
if I wasn't in my early 30s, if I had my kid earlier, then I wouldn't be playing with nearly this much. But here we are. And like we said, we're not bad at it. We are not bad at it. So
no, I've been bad at things before. This is not that.
Yeah, this is not that. Especially with the props. I'm like, once my record last year in Norveg, I was a good 50.
Prop bets. Straight up prop bets are gonna fucking rail this year. It's gonna be.
I was up 50 fucking bets on the season. So the units were spread out differently, but had I bet the same amount every time. Actually,
Super Bowl for Premier League 2. Be on the lookout for that, guys. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do prop bets. I might mention them on my solo streams, but
that'd be crazy. I'll have to go from
Start betting on like Erling Haaland to get 2 goals a game.
there. Erland.
And
Damon
he's
Targaryen.
got plenty of performances where he's got multi goals, but like to bet on a player to get 2 goals in a game, it's like betting on a running back to get 2 touchdowns. It just doesn't happen all that often. But when it does, you nailed it.
So the Jaguars play who they have week 1. I've already bet Chris Rodriguez's touchdown prop. Because he's got like they play the Cleveland Browns.
He's gonna get hurt in the last week of preseason.
Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That'd be good for my tuning bags, but I take Chris Rodriguez pretty much every time when I see him at 120, 130. I just, it's a free 10.
It could tank a lot of teams if one guy like that just gets hurt.
I pick 120 and where I need him. I usually get him as like my 4th running back just for that safe touchdown equity there. So he's like the Jordan Mason bet. He's like not gonna kill me, but
I hate the whole Minnesota situation this year.
It's scary.
You still draft Justin Jefferson because it's fucking Justin Jefferson, but fucking god damn it. Like, what are we doing out there, dog?
When Jefferson comes on the board,
they had it in the palm of their hands. Sam Darnold, he was there. What are they doing? I don't know.
It's tough.
Minnesota's one of the teams I can't figure out.
The team committed him to a bad spot with that McCarthy draft pick. I don't know who.
And then they doubled down on it by going to Kyler. Like, let's get the most immature veteran quarterback we possibly could to mentor the most immature rookie / second-year quarterback we've ever seen.
Throw them in a competition together and see who wins.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
And it was an actual contest. No, I mean they pitched it as it was, but it was never.
It was never an actual contest.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy sucks, but Kyler Murray is marginally better at best.
Yeah,
he's just a name that'll sell more tickets and more jerseys. If I'm being honest about why you bring in Kyler Murray, it's because he'll sell tickets and jerseys. You're not planning on winning. They're probably still in the race for Arch. I don't even know if Arch is going to be that guy.
I don't either. The Vikings defense is going to be too good for them to be competing for last place. And this is still Kevin O'Connell. And I know Kyler's not great, but looking at the first half of JJ's.
No, he's not great. He's not good.
Well, looking at the first half of JJ's last season, it was good enough to where I think Kyler can just be mediocre and the offense still a 7-win team without trying.
Kyler's not mediocre though.
And I think they're projected for 9 wins.
I take the under. Take the under. Take the under so hard. Take out all your life savings. Yeah. Take out all of whatever you got available to you, and you take the under on Minnesota. If they're actually 9-game line, you take the fucking under.
Let me look that lineup on Kalshi real quick because I was
looking at. When the fuck was the last time Kyler Murray won 9 games in a season? What the fuck are we talking about here? No, not gonna happen.
Dude, the Kevin O'Connell
probably like 2 seasons.
Vikings could easily win 9 games.
They're not winning 9 games. They're not. Sure it's not gonna happen. They're gonna get swept by the Packers.
Okay, here's the line.
They're gonna get swept by the Bears. They're gonna get swept by the Lions.
8+ wins is -209. They're heavy favorites to hit 8 wins. 9+ wins is a -149. That I forget what the probability converts to, but that is that's like more than half. It's like 60% or something. I forget.
They're not winning 8 games this year either. They might win 6. Then they'll be really lucky to get that.
10 games. Look, here's the no. The no on 10+ wins is -161. So you bet $161 to get 100 back. That's how that works. And so I think that's kind of a good.
They're just not getting it. Like it's not. They're not a good team.
I don't see a way in hell they're getting 10 wins. I can see.
I don't see a way they're getting 9. Dude, they're going to get swept by their division.
They can sleepwalk through some of these with that defense, and that defense.
They're going to get swept by their division.
They're not
Their
going to get
whole
swept.
division is going to sweep them.
It's AFC North. They're not going to get swept in the division. Or sorry, NFC North.
The NFC North. They're going to get swept by their whole division. It's the Lions, Packers, and Bears. Oh my. They're going to get swept by their division. They're going to get swept by their division. They're going to lose 6 division games this year.
All right. What do you want? Do you want the no on -10, or you want the no on 10 wins, or the no on 9?
Well, clearly the no on 10 wins is the slam dunk, but
I'm gonna place this bet for us. That's what we're gonna do.
The no on 9 is easy money.
We should
go the under 8. We should go under 8.
If we say no on the under 8 might be better value. I just so like no on -10, I'd be straight up willing to place $100 on that. I do not think there's any situation where
they're not winning 10 games this year. It's not going to happen. Even if they don't get swept by their division, they're at most winning 1 game against each team. They're not going to sweep anybody.
-10 would only give us a profit of $58, $60 on $100 bet. That's not bad. No on 9 wins, we get plus money, so it's plus 118. So if I bet 100, then we get 114 back after taxes or the fee or whatever.
Yeah.
So we win 114. That's for 9 not hitting 9 wins, so 8-win team. That sounds like really good value for what you're saying. And then there's the no to 8 wins. No to 8 wins is plus 165. So if we bet 100, then we get 153 back. No on 8 wins, I wouldn't bet $100 on though. That's not a full unit play for me. That's like I bet 25 or I bet 50 on that at most, but not even 50. I can see these guys getting to 8 because when I look at the schedule, let's
see it happen.
Before if I'm going to put money down, I'm going to actually look through the schedule right and actually do this. So look, Packers, yeah, you could see that's week 1. You could see a loss. Bears week 2, yeah, see a loss. Bucks week 3. I think that defense is going to take the Bucks.
Straight up loss. They're going to lose by like 2 touchdowns.
They go against the Dolphins after. They're going to win that one. Against the Saints, they're probably going to win that one.
In fact, they're going to lose against the Dolphins twice somehow.
Colts
in the same week, they're going to lose against. I actually don't know what's going to happen against the Colts.
Okay, Lions, you're saying is a loss. Fine. Bills are going to lose. Packers again, they're going to lose. Niners at this point, halfway through the season, might be the most injured team in football again, like they were last year.
They're still going to beat Kyler Murray and the Cardinals because the Niners know how to beat Kyler Murray.
I disagree, but okay, I'm not chalking that up. I'm not confident on that as a win, right? So I can't say either way. Falcons, they're going to win. So we're at like what 4 obvious wins.
Sure they're going to beat the Falcons?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because this is equivalent.
I'm sure they're going to take the Falcons. I'm sure they're going to take the Panthers the week after.
The Falcons have as good receiver. Well, no, Drake London's not as good as Jefferson. Never mind. The offensive line play might be slightly better in Minnesota, but it also might be slightly better in Atlanta.
I see your point that the Falcons are kind of like the same sneaky bad situation that the Vikings are. I mean, they're like the bad team,
except the Falcons might make the playoffs because
the Falcons have better quarterback play with Tua than the Vikings do.
I don't know.
It's close, right? It's closer than people want to admit. That's for sure.
All 4 of these quarterbacks are on the exact same tier in my eyes right now. I really thought Penix was going to be the answer for Atlanta, and he's just not.
No, I don't think he is either. But he hasn't been healthy enough to say. But then
that's
again,
the problem.
Team situation's also bad.
When you're the answer for the quarterback at the quarterback position for a team, you play the fucking games.
It's all scary, man. But the ending of the season, so on paper, you could at least see a win for the Falcons against the Panthers. They're going to not win against the Patriots. They're going to not win against the Lions end of the season. They do have a matchup against the Commanders on Christmas, it looks like, or past Christmas. They'll probably win that. They play against the Jets. They might win that. They'll probably win that. And then the Bears to close out. So from at least on paper, let's say obvious wins, I'm going to count that as the Dolphins, the Saints. So we're at 2. Who else? Falcons.
The Saints aren't even a guarantee.
No, they're not. The Falcons I'm going to count. The Commanders I'm going to count. That's 4. The Jets I'm going to count at 5. Then they have the divisional games. You figure they take 2 of those, right? Just divisional variants.
I
even
don't
though they're
figure
the
they
worst
take
team.
2 of those games. I actually think they're getting swept by their division this year.
Dude, even last year they beat the Lions on Christmas, and they sucked last year. Even last year they did that.
Happening. It's not happening.
They beat the Lions twice last year.
That's odd.
And they only lost to the Bears by 2, and they beat the Bears the first week. Dude, they're winning 2 in their division. I'm not letting you. They're winning
better
2 in their
than you
division.
gave them credit for.
We struggle against too many like bad Giants and bad.
They suck. They're a bad team. They're a bad team, and they have stupid uniforms now with the all white. It made me mad.
Okay, but the more having read this out loud and having done the math with you, okay, so they have the NFC South that I'm chalking up, and then they have some weak AFC East, but dude, the path to even 8 wins here is contested.
Dude, it's hard. Like Minnesota is not a good enough team for them to be setting these lines so high. This is insane.
Shit, so are we
going to get a career year from Kyler Murray now? Get the fuck out of here. It's not happening.
So 100 on no 10 wins is $60 in profit. And I think that's like free $60. I really think that's a free $60.
That's an absolute free $60.
Okay. The no on 9 wins, though. The no on 9 wins gives you plus money. So we make 114 instead. And I can totally see. So we just talked to the division. Pretend they win 3. There's not 6 other games outside of the schedule that I think they're going to win. Like not in the division. We're talking about, okay, Bucks, Colts.
Dude, I don't think they're going to win 8 games. I am well in on 9. You don't have to convince me.
Let's go no on 9 because that's too good of value. We get plus money, and I feel comfortable debating.
And there's also no fluke situation where they get like an overtime win against a fucking bullshit ass team.
Dude, 8.5 means we still cash. So
I like cash. It's cool
I'm saying 8.5 wins. If they get 8.5 wins, that means we still pay out. Our bet still pays out.
Oh yeah, because we bet on 9 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying we're not going to win nine total games. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could tie twice, but I still don't think that's 9 wins because ties are scored as separate.
It's not 9 wins. Yeah. It would have to be 9 wins for sure.
9. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Someplace in this bet, man. Set it. Do you log down the bets we've been placing? I know our big parlay. We had that 8-legger that I've kept track of, but I don't
know. Yeah. That's the only one I cared about, and it was 8 legs. So I figured
that was awesome.
Yeah.
I looked back at it and it's solid except for the Jeremiah Love 1,000 yards makes me nervous with the high ankle sprain entering the season. So I don't know if he's going to get the right.
I'm skittish about rookie running backs in general, but if there were slam dunks, it's Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price.
Dude, Caution gives us a 45% chance on that Vikings bet, and it's plus one. Like that's great. That I feel so good about that bet, man. It could come back to haunt me, but then my best ball bags with the Vikings just pay off. So I'm happy with it.
That's what they call hedging.
Hedging, sure. But like I think we just did the deep dive and I feel really fucking good about it. Like now the only thing is that defense under Flores, that they really could just get out there and beat the shit out of
good defense can only do so much, man. Like
I've seen watching
when your
that
quarterback is bad, when your quarterback is bad, like bad, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. Unless you're the 2015 Broncos. And these are not the 2015 Broncos.
No, they won't be. They won't be that.
This is not prime Von Miller and prime Chris Harris. And prime
God, Von Miller to the Cowboys. What a waste of fucking time.
Shut up. Shut up. This is the move. We're bringing in legitimate 8 sacks. It's 8 sacks. There's 8 sacks in him.
Hey,
it's going to happen.
If we only get one in the postseason and it ends a third down drive or something,
that's exactly where I was going to go with.
I will pay that.
8 sacks, and we don't know when they're going to come. It's going to be 8 sacks total, and it could be all in a playoff run. Or
we know they're gonna. We know when they're gonna have to, because Von Miller at this point in his career was only used as a third down assassin.
That's all he's gonna be for Dallas. Yeah. Like they drafted guys like Malachi Lawrence specifically so they could go out and get somebody like a Von Miller. I know Joey Bosa was a name that was tossed around quite a bit this offseason as well.
Yeah,
like there was a move on the docket for the
Cowboys. They were going for Hendricks. Rush. They were going for who was the premier pass rusher that was on the market this season earlier on?
Well, it was the dude from Cincinnati was the guy.
And no, it was the other guy. That backed out on the trade. Was it Crosby? Crosby.
Oh yeah, but the Crosby was never. It was never real. Like that was just,
the Ravens signed him, then got to
no. I thought you meant for Dallas. Like,
oh no. Yeah, we weren't in the running for that.
Like it was just noise.
Yeah, we were never in the running for that. I don't think.
Well, there was noise, but it was just noise.
Yeah. All right, man. We said we were gonna go, and it was like 50 minutes later. So let's cut out.
That's true.
Huh? Yeah.
All right. Well, to everybody who joined us today, man, that was awesome. We really appreciate it. That was great.
Yeah, most consecutive live views for sure. Yeah, most comments involved.
By all means, anytime we're up streaming, bring your questions, comments, concerns to us. We will more than happily address them. Go ahead and join in on the fun that we have with our drafts, with our general hoopla and shithousery. We appreciate you guys joining us today for this latest edition of the Rowdy Bros podcast.
I'm gonna eat a shoe.
You guys want to call it. Troy's gonna wind up eating a shoe at some point this year.
Tony Pollard will fail, and I'll have to eat a shoe. No, it's who is it? Ted Arroyo McMillan. Ted Arroyo McMillan plays 17 games, and Travis Etienne plays 17 games, and Ted Arroyo McMillan outscores Travis Etienne in half-point PPR, then I will eat a shoe. That's a promise.
Yep. So Troy missed out on having T-Tet and Tate on the same team.
T-Tet and Tate. I forgot about that. T-Tet
on the same team. And I think it's going to come back to bite him in the ass, which effectively bites me in the ass as well. Yeah.
So now we're only winning 1-0 instead of 2. Sorry.
So thanks for biting my ass biter. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Troy may eat a shoe later on in the season. We will find out.
The good thing is once Etienne does outscore him, then you have to eat the shoe, as you said.
No, that was never agreed to.
All right, everyone. We'll see you later. Everyone have a good night.
We'll see you when Troy's back to eat a shoe.